Friday Night Lights and Mission Prep Royals football back on the Prep Sports Network for the 2021 season. All broadcasts are presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Let's go to the field with the voice of the Royals, Big Red Brian Stanley.
And welcome back to another broadcast by Prep Sports Network. The pregame show presented by Sunset Honda. I am Brian Stanley, as Chris Sylvester likes to plug, as always in the intros, Big Red. And back beside me in the booth tonight, Stephen Hodges. And just as Steve from Blue's Clues has been gone and then came back to tell us where he's been, where have you been, Stephen, and how have things been?
Oh, things are great. I was with the Mustangs down in San Diego this last week. Timing just didn't work out. The University of San Diego doesn't have lights, so I had to be down there around noon. And timing just doesn't work out when you got to be down there that early. So I missed out on the big win versus CVC that Mission pulled off last week, but I'm excited to see the Royals coming into this game 2-0. Surprised to me, and I think a little bit of a surprise to a lot of Royals fans. So great to be here, great to be back. Always enjoy being here with the Mission Prep Royals.
Yeah, a big surprise coming off a win from Central Valley Christian out in Visalia. The Royals picked up a huge win over the Cavaliers, and that was a game that I thought that the Royals were definitely going in as the underdog, punching up, playing the Cavaliers, but they pulled off the 36-26 victory. And Stephen, what do you weren't there, but what do you think was some of the key factors do you see possibly being a factor for the Royals in this finding success in this young season?
Well, so far, I mean, it's been a lot about Jack Susink. Jack Susink's a factor in every phase of the game, major player in a lot of different ways. And it's to the point that one of the emphasis points at practice yesterday was, hey, we got to have more guys step up. We got to spread the ball a little bit. We're going to get more people involved in this game so that our big players like Jamar Howard, like Jack Susink, can start getting more rest and make sure that they're healthy the entire season long. It's that long view of coaching that you got to have when you're looking at a full 10-game season plus playoffs. So we're going to see a little bit more of that here tonight. I really like Jack Susink, but I'd also like to see him get a little bit more rest. We're going to see how that balances out here tonight against St. Francis.
I think one of the key factors of last week's game is we saw really the emergence of Colby White as a quarterback. He was faced with some situations at quarterback that he was able to work his way out of in real-time game situations that sometimes you just can't plan for. And one of those turned out to be a scramble that turned into a quarterback score. And we're going to take a quick break as we have some visitors coming up to join us in the press box. And this is the Mission Prep pregame show presented by Sunset Honda.
Hi, this is David Idell from Sunset Honda. We make car buying easy.
Like 0% financing or Sunset Honda's transparent lease, where there's zero due from you when you lease any new Honda.
Looking to cash in on your vehicle? Sunset Honda makes that easy too by offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade-in. Have another offer? Bring it. Worried about new car inventory? Don't be. Sunset Honda is packed with the vehicles you're looking for, and if you're thinking pre-owned, we have every option from Honda Certified to our value lot filled with vehicles under $10,000.
Plus, Sunset Honda is offering our essential workers a $500 discount voucher on any pre-owned vehicle. No wonder Sunset Honda has been voted the best new car dealer in SLO County 7 years in a row.
And that's the Sunset Honda experience, where we make car buying easy. Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
0% for up to 48 months on 2021 HRV and Pilot models. 0% for up to 36 months on 2021 Odyssey and Passport models. For well-qualified buyers, Tier 1 through 3 through American Honda Finance. Essential worker discount on pre-owned vehicles only and can't be combined with other programs like Costco. Offers valid through 7/6/21. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Sunset Honda pregame show. I'm Brian Stanley. Right behind me, ready for some action tonight. For the Battle of the Bell is Stephen Hodges. This is a big one. Stephen, I'm going to let you get those wheels turning. This is the Battle of the Bell, the Bishop's Trophy. This is the St. Francis Sharks of Watsonville up in the Santa Cruz County area, coming down to play let's go live there. Here we go. Let's get you some live action. I'm all excited to talk. I forgot to move the camera around as we have, again, Johnny Cash playing in the background. This is going to be I'm just going to say it's not a word I like to use a lot. It's going to be lit tonight.
I mean, they're bringing back the walk, the Mission Prep Royals, the walk from the locker room around the block on Palm Street down to Napomo. Return of tradition, and you mentioned it, Battle of the Belt. This is a brand new tradition for a very old diocese. How old, you say? Well, since the Catholics have been in California, there's been a Diocese of Monterey in some shape or form. The Diocese of Monterey once stretched all the way from Alta, California to Wyoming. And so this is an old diocese, a lot of old stories about it. I'm going to try and drip them in as we get through here. But this is the first time St. Francis has faced Mission College Prep, the most northern school in the Monterey Diocese playing the most southern school. St. Francis being the most northern, coming from Watsonville, and of course your Royals right here in San Luis Obispo.
And this bell that we speak of, it's has a lot of history. It's a recreation of the San Luis Obispo Mission bell. So there's a lot of history behind just the recreation of this bell, going back hundreds of years in California. And I think this is a great rivalry to have because these schools really have a connection. And here are your Mission Prep Royals coming on the field, led by Jack Susank and Caleb Alalim.
Good evening. Welcome to Mission Prep,
and
home of the Royals. Tonight's
you know,
game is
with
between the
7
Royals
minutes to go
and
until
St. Francis
kickoff,
Sharks of Watsonville. The Sharks are
it's
led
going
by
to be
John
a barn
Osmond.
burner. And
Assistant coaches
we were talking pregame, Stephen. This is the first time since 2018 that the Royals have an opportunity to go start the season 3-0 playing 11-man football.
And of course, that 2018 season, the year that they went undefeated in 8-man, but of course had 3 11-man games to start the year. So anytime you can start out the season 3-0, puts a tremendous amount of momentum into your team, a whole lot of confidence into the team as well. I mean, this is going to be a big game for the Royals. Like I said, you know, you talk about the meaning for this season. This is going to stretch much further as the church itself is invested in this game. They want to see the teams do well. They want to see a lot of sportsmanship. Really, the emphasis for the Royals right now, just keeping that good feelings going, keeping the confidence up, and really taking it to St. Francis here.
St. Francis's head coach is John Osmond. He's in his 5th season with the Sharks. He's 21-17, and I had to dig a little deeper for playoff history for the Sharks. They come from a small section on the Central Coast section who don't get a lot of playoff bids. Their league only gets 1 playoff admission, it seems, because if you look back, they've only played 10 games a season, going back to 2008, 2009, when they were last in the playoffs. But they've had some successful years.
Yeah, of course. Right now we're going to be going through a memorial for the 9/11 20th anniversary. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back.
11 Marines, 1 soldier, and 1 sailor were tragically killed in an attack just outside the Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul, Afghanistan. These 13 hard-charging souls gave their lives protecting and serving those who were in a compromised situation and kept others safe in the middle of chaos and fear. On May 11th, 2021, 37-year-old San Luis Obispo Police Detective Luca Benedetti was shot and killed in the line of duty while serving a search warrant in San Luis Obispo. Officer Benedetti was a 12-year veteran of law enforcement, having proudly served the residents of the Atascadero before joining the San Luis Obispo Police Department in 2012. During his career, Detective Benedetti was awarded multiple Mothers Against Drunk Drivers awards for his tireless work in combating drunk driving in our community. Detective Benedetti was a traffic reconstructionist, range master, expert marksman, assigned to the Detective Bureau working with property crimes. and was an active trainer and operator on the San Luis Obispo Regional SWAT team. Detective Luca Benedetti died with a warrior's heart, serving his community and doing what he loved. Detective Benedetti is survived by his wife, Grace, and his two young daughters, Jovi and Ellie, and his parents, John Pietro and Rita. On the back of every Mission Prep football helmet is a blue sticker. It rests right at the top of the stripe down the middle with the initials LB. These stickers will remain on the helmets for the entire football season in honor of Officer Benedetti. In 2 Samuel 10:12, it says, "Be strong, and let us fight bravely for our people and our cities. The Lord will do what is good in his sight." On May 11th, 2021, Detective Lucas Benedetti's end of watch. The Lord brought a warrior home from battle. Here with us tonight are representatives from the San Luis Obispo Police Department. Please give them a round of applause. We have Police Chief Rick Scott, Sergeant Caleb Kemp, and all veterans and first responders in attendance tonight. We thank you for your service. Before the game, let us pause for a moment of silence in remembrance of those who sacrificed themselves on September 11th, the 13 hard-charging servicemen in Afghanistan, and Detective Benedetti, his family, and the women and men who proudly served with him. Remain standing, remove your hats, and turn your attention to the Stars and Stripes as we honor America with our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Mission Prep senior cheerleader, Danny Ontiveros.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, this is David Idell from Sunset Honda. We make car buying easy.
Like 0% financing or Sunset Honda's transparent lease, where there's zero due from you when you lease any new Honda.
Looking to cash in on your vehicle? Sunset Honda makes that easy too by offering $1,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade-in. Have another offer? Bring it. Worried about new car inventory? Don't be. Sunset Honda is packed with the vehicles you're looking for, and if you're thinking pre-owned, we have every option from Honda certified to our value lot filled with vehicles under $10,000.
Plus, Sunset Honda is offering our essential workers a $500 discount voucher on any pre-owned vehicle. No wonder Sunset Honda has been voted the best new car dealer in SLO County 7 years in a row.
And that's the Sunset Honda experience, where we make car buying easy. Get started today at sunsethonda.com.
0% for up to 48 months on 2021 HRV and Pilot models. 0% for up to 36 months on 2021 Odyssey and Passport models. For well-qualified buyers, Tier 1 through 3 through American Honda Finance. Essential worker discount on pre-owned vehicles only and can't be combined with other programs like Costco. Offers valid through 7/6/21. See dealer for details.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Sunset Honda presents tonight's pregame show on PSN-TV. Sunset Honda has been voted Best of SLO County for 7 years in a row, and they are now a proud partner of Mission Prep Football. Now to the game, here's Big Red Brian Stanley.
Friday Night Lights and Mission Prep Royals football back on the Prep Sports Network for the 2021 season. All broadcasts are presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo. Let's go to the field with the voice of the Royals, Big Red Brian Stanley.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Captains are on the field tonight, and we're about to get underway. And as we await the signal, Mission Prep chooses to receive the opening kickoff to start action, which means the Sharks will start the second half with the football, as they have officials from the San Luis Obispo Police Department on site tonight, paying honor to local fallen peace officers. And we're going to see some action tonight. J.J. Howard, Jamar Howard, as coach calls him JJ. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on board with that terminology.
Yeah, good. It's time as any to jump on the train. I mean, It's going to be a fantastic one here tonight. J.J. Howard, been a fantastic returner for the Royals. He had that 90-yard return for a touchdown just last week. He's been a threat on offense as well. We're going to see him quite active on this first drive, I'd expect, as well.
And kicking off for the Sharks, left to right, is Garrett Lee. And back to receive for the Royals is going to be J.J. Howard and Tyler Garrett.
And number 11.
And this kickoff brought to you by Smith State Farm Insurance.
Touchback.
Where'd my notes go on that? I lost my notes on that.
Well, while you look it up, accidents happen. It's a good reason to have some insurance there, Brian.
Yes.
Smith State Farm Insurance, be sure to take care of you. Just as, it's going to be up to Mission College Prep. The key for them on offense tonight, take care of that football. That's going to be the key for them. Limit the turnovers. You're going to limit the chances that St. Francis has to come back into this game. I expect Mission Prep to do quite a good job taking care of that ball.
And that is Mike Smith State Farm.
Mike Smith State Farm. When accidents happen, Brian.
When accident happens, I have State Farm. I love it.
There you go.
Kobe White working from a shotgun position. 1st and 10 for the Royals from the 20. Pass out to the right side. Howard with it. He's finding some room down the far sideline, and he's dragged down near the 45-yard line of the Royals. Officially spotted at the 44. 1st and 10, Mission Prep.
I tell you what, one of the things that makes J.J. Howard so hard to defend is he can run those short routes as well as those long routes, has that speed that's hard to defend. If you put him out on an island, as you're going to have to in order to stack the box against the Royals' run, you've really got to be aware of the type of player you're defending. Here we see Jamar Howard getting that easy first down on the first play of the game.
The quarterback about to in the backfield.
And the battle for the bell, working from a shotgun, is White. Quick pass out. This one hits Jack Susink out of the backfield, and he's quickly pulled to the ground by Eric Kane, the senior for the Sharks.
Jack Susek normally coming out of that running back position. Here we see him start at the slot receiver position. It's something that Coach Schuster likes to mix in with the general play calling, is somehow finding the ways to get your running back the ball in different spaces at different times.
And it's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Royals. Still working from that shotgun. Split receivers. In the backfield with White is Andrew Abate. Quick pass. This one connects to Jack Susank once again, and he reaches out for the first down, 3-yard gain.
Yeah, this time flips over to the other side, still running those kind of slot position routes. You love to see this kind of flexibility when you're a coach coaching a running back. Somebody that can do more than just take the ball on a handoff. Here we see just a quick speed out. Susank gets the ball, gets the first down. That flexibility really opens up your playbook as an offensive play caller.
Single receiver on the near side. Grant Callahan working from the shotgun. Continued is White. This time it's a handoff and a body up the middle for a short gain. He gains 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for the Royals.
Andrew Abate's primary function through these first games has been as a fullback, the guy that's there to protect the other players. He does a great job at it, but he can also move the ball very effectively. Here we see him pick up a handful of yards, but we've seen him here a couple years. He started as a sophomore and has really progressed. I like to see him get out into the open field a little bit more, see what he can do.
And as the team comes up to the line, the Royals have trips to the near side. Howard all alone on the far side. Quick pass down the side, down the scrimmage line, and that's Jack Susank with the catch, and that's another short gain, or that's a short gain, and that puts him back at the line of scrimmage.
Give the credit to the quarterback and O-line so far on this drive. Clean pockets each time they've had a passing attempt. Not a lot of pressure getting to the quarterback. That's both credit to the offensive line holding their blocks, obviously, but also the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands very quickly. Colby White's getting that moved very fast.
Split receivers to each side. Quick pass down the line of scrimmage. This ball comes loose. They're going to call it an incomplete pass as the intended receiver, Tyler Garrett, drops it.
Yeah, Tyler Garrett right there, pressured a little bit by Jordan Garibay, the senior for St. Francis. I think that kind of menacing where you're not sure if you should be focused on the ball or a hit that might be coming towards you. It's really what led to that incompletion. I don't think the hands really factored into it.
We're facing 4th down and 6. The Royals stay on the field with the offense. Looking for a pass is White, and White connects. And Callahan pulls it in.
White throws out complete to Grant Callahan.
And this one's going to be a close one. And we have a flag on the field as well.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a bit of a conversation. I think there's a couple different positions for the flag. Going to be against the offense.
Flag on the play.
So I believe the call was an incomplete pass, which would indicate that they wanted to decline it and just get the ball. But if this was completed, it's going to make a 4th and 15 much tougher call for Coach Schuster, who's normally very aggressive when he's in the positive territory, which is to say the opponent's side of the field. And indeed, holding against the offense, declined, incomplete pass. The Sharks are going to get the ball for the first time in this game.
Thank you for that clarification, Stephen. I thought it was completed. PA guy thought it was completed, but you had your eyes on the ball the whole time.
Yeah, I believe the feet didn't come down in bounds during it. His body did, but not the feet, and that's what counted there.
Turnover on downs. Sharks with the ball for the first time. Spotted at the 40-yard line, fumble on the play. Dog pile. We got a scrum now. Who's going to come up with it? They're signaling mission prep ball. And just like that, Mission Prep Royals win the turnover battle early.
And the turnover battle extremely important. Quarterback not on the roster, diving on that and just losing it again in that dog pile. And the dog pile is such a tough part about recovering a fumble. The ball can change hands 2 or 3 times within that pile. You've got to get on it and stay on it. Get your body on top of that ball.
So Kobe White and his offense back on the field. Pass out to Tyler Garrett. He's been spun around, and the defense pulls him to the ground. And Jordan Garibay.
He's brought down by Jordan Garibay.
getting some assistance from the assistant coaches of the Sharks.
Yeah, Kyle Dyer going to be the quarterback for St. Francis this week, just brought up from the JV. So we'll keep an eye on him and how he progresses as this game goes on.
Unprecedented times during the coronavirus era, so we're going to see some different things. Pass over the middle, Tyler Garrett, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Royals. And that touchdown is brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Give them a call, 805-266-5550.
Right there, Tyler Garrett just running the skinny post, a very aggressive route where you're going to attack the middle of the field, try and get that inside leverage. Tyler Garrett does it, gets his hands up. Ball is delivered expertly by Colby White. There, it's just a simple walk into the end zone. What a play by Tyler Garrett. Everything done correctly on that post route, and a delivery by Colby White. Perfect execution all around.
Kicking right to left. Jack Suseng's kick is up, and it is good. And that makes it a 7-point ball game.
Royals 7, Sharks 0.
Royals lead 7-0 here in this early ball game. And California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We'll be right back.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission Prep Football. 30-plus yard touchdown catch by Tyler Garrett from Colby White puts the Royals up 7-0 with 8:02 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Hey, Brian, I tell you what else has 7? 7 missions in the Monterey Diocese, of course, where this battle is taking place. 7 Spanish missions of the original 21 are in our diocese. I think that's fantastic. Good coincidence that it also happens to sync up with how many points you get for a touchdown these days.
And kicking off right to left is Jack Suseng. And that one goes out of bounds, and flags come out onto the field.
Well, we didn't see much of that St. Francis offense out here, but it's going to be kind of a hybrid between that new school and old school kind of system. It's going to be using a lot of pistol concepts, things that were popular at the University of Nevada back in the day. It's going to be a little bit heavier, though, so it might also mesh up some of those concepts that you're familiar with the university or with Mission College Prep.
And with 8:02 still on the clock, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sharks. Their second drive, second play. And working under center is going to be Kyle Dyer. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Dyer takes a snap, hands off to his running back, takes a big shot up the middle after finding a little wiggle room. And that is Garibay.
And I tell you what, Garibay just getting behind his blockers. A lot of room up there in the middle. Real good push up front by the Sharks.
Hand off to Garibay. Once again, he spins out of the first touch. And second touch takes him to the ground. The defense swarms. Short gain. Third down for the Sharks here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Connor Lopez going to get the ultimate credit on that tackle. Slowed him down just enough for the help of the linebackers come in to finish it off.
Two receivers to his right, one to his left. Garibay lined up behind Dyer. Hands off to Garibay. He runs out, gets enough for the first down. Trying to get out across the 50 into Mission Prep territory. And he comes up short by a yard. 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. The Sharks move the sticks.
I'm loving this tempo. It's usually hard to get the tempo from smaller schools, on especially here on the coast, where you're able to move a little bit faster just because you have guys going both ways. But they're executing on this tempo quite well, the St. Francis Sharks are.
Two receivers to his right, one to his left. Garibay in the backfield. That one looks like a miscue. And in on the tackle for a short loss, the Mission Prep Royals, and making the big hit, Isaac Townsend.
George Kardashian.
I think that may have been Drew Harrigan coming in on that one there, but absolutely meeting him in the open field, seizing his momentum in the backfield. I think that fake being carried out to the wrong side definitely did not help Kyle Dyer there, as there was no one to sell on. It was just a clear shot straight to the quarterback.
Well, 3 Royals officially got credit for that one from 3 different people, so we'll go with it. Hand off to Garibay once again up the right hash mark and taken down into the middle of the field as he makes his way across the 50 for a 3-yard gain. That brings up 3rd and 8 for the Sharks.
Yeah, Connor Lopez and Drew Harrigan combining for the hit in the middle of the line. They showed a little bit of vulnerability there in that A-gap earlier in this drive. Here, much more sturdy, limiting the yardage, and now it's a very long 3rd down for the Sharks.
7-0 lead here in the first quarter. Looking for our first pass. Pass just over the line. That one comes up short. And a flag on the field. Do we have intentional grounding, Stephen?
Probably not. The ball was towards a receiver, but it's going to be close. We'll see what the referee has to say here on this one. Going to be a little bit of a discussion. I think they're going to want to take the 4th down. Ineligible receiver downfield. They're trying to run a screen but the center got a little bit too far, and that's going to result in a 4th down or a 3rd down with a loss of yardage. Here at midfield, this can be a bit of a call based on the coach. Is it as black and white as it typically would be when you're getting a call?
Yeah, you get your choice of penalties on this one. The loss of yardage or the loss of down. And they're going to go with the loss of down. And here comes the special teams unit for the Sharks.
Jamar Howard is deep to receive
and
for the
J.J.
Royals.
Howard back to receive the punt for the Royals.
Garibay will do the punting
And Garibay
for the Sharks.
ready to punt this way and one away as the ball spotted at the 49 of the Royals. A bad snap. The punt is off, though. This one's a good punt. As Howard picks it up, he has some room to run down to his right side. He's run out to the far sideline before he's chased out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
Your goal as a punt returner is to get an average of a 1st down, as one of my old special teams coaches used to say. They want you to get 10 yards. If you can get 10 yards, that saves 3 downs off the offense. There we see Jamar Howard, doing his job, getting not just 10 but 20 yards. He picked that thing up near the 10-yard line, got it all the way out to the 30. That's what you want from a returner. That is a huge amount of help to the offense. That's special teams impacting the course of play very actively.
Right at quarterback.
1st and 10 for the Royals from their own 30-yard line. Colby White working with trips to his right, to his left, that is. And we got a jump on the near side of the offensive side of the ball, near side of the field, offensive side of the ball.
Motion on the offense.
And Drew Harrigan left, or not Drew Harrigan, excuse me. That was Dante Andrini left a little bit early there as the ball was just being snapped and he was already into his route. Yeah, I think it's pretty close timing, but ultimately the referee threw the flag there. Got to stay in your stance just a little bit longer.
So we're looking at a 1st and 15 now for the Royals. 5:35 on the clock. Their 3rd possession of the game. White keeps it for himself, scrambling up the near hash mark and taken down at the 35-yard line. 10-yard pickup for the junior quarterback.
Brought down by Nathaniel.
If you're just joining us in, maybe you missed the pregame. Some of the players that you may be used to seeing, such as Rueras, are going to be more limited roles. One of the goals of the practice sessions here this week was to get more players in, rotate guys around so that there's not as much wear and tear here early on in the season. So some of the familiar faces might see a little less playing time.
Pass out to Jamar Howard. That one's through his fingertips. Just a hair too hard.
And you know, you never want to tell a quarterback to dial it back when it comes to throwing the ball. You know, it's on the wide receiver to make the catch. but they're maybe just a little bit high, a little bit too fast, and it's going to bring up a tough situation for the Royals offense.
We are faced with a 3rd and 5 here at Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep, downtown San Luis Obispo. 4:56, Royals moving right to left. They're in their own territory. They do lead 7-0 in the battle for the bell. Shotgun snap for White, deep pass, near sideline, and overshoots Callahan, and that's a 4th down. And here comes the punt unit. Jack Susink out onto the field on 4th and 5.
Well, Grant Callahan did the job, got the outside leverage against the corner, ran the route. He's right in the right spot. I think maybe just a hair slower than it looked like Colby White was anticipating him to be. But Colby White, delivered the ball. One of those where guys can point fingers, just a missed opportunity for a huge play for the Royals.
Back to receive the punt for the Sharks is going to be Desmond Littell, Desmond Littell. And this one takes the Sharks bounce as the Royals try to cover it up. And Tyler Garrett stops the ball from rolling at the 41-yard line.
Well, this is going to be really good field position for the Sharks. We saw how well they were moving that ball. They're going to do it with some speed here, and this is a really good reason why we're seeing kind of the roles change around for the Royals as far as getting more guys out there. You want to keep the defense rested when you got an up-tempo offense like we're seeing from the Sharks. So the Sharks right now, dangerous territory, chum in the water for sure.
Kyle Dyer, quarterback. Garibay in the backfield.
Dyer working from the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the shotgun snap, hands it off to Garibay. And Garibay is being chased down by, Harrigan. And he's chased out of bounds in Mission Prep territory at the 49-yard line.
Luke Terry, the sophomore, will end up getting the credit for this tackle, forcing his man out of bounds. Really good job not avoiding the contact. Sophomore, a little bit smaller in stature, but nothing lacking in heart there.
Making assistant coach Eric Terry a little proud. Shotgun snap. Handoff once again up the middle. Defensive line saw this one right away, and they stopped it immediately.
The penetration there by Gabe Rodriguez, getting down and dirty on the offensive line. I mean, when you can cause chaos at those 1 and 3 positions, the defensive tackle positions, it's a huge help. That's what you see in the NFL with Vita Vea and Aaron Donald week after week. We saw it right there with Gabe Rodriguez.
Brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Sharks. And that stutter step might have cost them the first down, as Garibay stutter stepped at the line of scrimmage trying to find the hole. And it brings up 4th down now with just about a yard to go. And the offense stays on the field.
And the really frustrating thing for the defense is because they gave up so many yards on first down, they're going to have 3 cracks at this. This is a no-brainer go for it for the Sharks right here. They could do just about anything, too, because they've shown, well, we'll go right up the middle, and if you're going to pinch, there's other stuff that'll open up.
Tyler in the shotgun.
Stacked receivers here on the near side. And Garibay takes the handoff. And the defense trying to shut it down. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down in that rugby scrum as he makes his way out to the Mission Prep 45-yard line.
Well, and there you see it. They knew that Mission Prep was looking to pinch all their guys in, make sure nothing's going to happen in those A-gaps, that gap between the guard and the center. So they're going to go off tackle. They're going to run to the left side and find a little bit of room, just enough to move that ball forward, and now they're into Royals territory.
1st and 10 from the Royals 44-yard line. The Sharks are looking for that end zone, trying to tie this one back up. Man in motion, and that motion takes the ball. That's Littell, excuse me. And Littell takes a wild run down the near sideline and is tackled inside the 30-yard line for the first down. Sharks are heating up.
There you have it, just the fly sweep. This is going back to, hey, we're going to find those weak spots. You're going to pinch down inside, make a lot of chaos happen on that offensive line. Well, now we're going to challenge your safeties. Are your safeties ready to come stand up? Are your defensive backs or your linebackers? There is just speed. Get into the outside and gain a large number of yards.
Hernandez in the backfield.
And here's the handoff once again. And they're working their way out to the outside. And we have a new ball carrier. That is Madrigal Hernandez.
After about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Nathaniel Madrigal Hernandez, they're going off tackle, and they're finding a lot of success there because, once again, Royals trying to stack the box. This is really a taste of their own medicine. This is what the Royals like to do to other teams, and now being used against them, this heavy run concept that's coming out of shotgun rather than under center.
In motion. And then going with the ball is Lee. And Lee's looking for the end zone. He makes the spin. He's in. And then, nope, they're calling him out short of the end zone, roughly about the 7-yard line.
And Garrett Lee just about had it. He did a little tightrope and stepped just outside a hair. I'm not even sure if that'd stand up if we had a really good view on that side, but what a good fly sweep. That's exactly as you draw it up. You get to the outside, plant your foot, and get upfield. He forced the corner on that side to make a decision and just acted on it. There's no right decision. It's just victimization on the outside.
So 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for the Sharks. And keeps it himself. And the JV call-up, Dyer takes it in for a 7-yard touchdown. And the score is now 7-6. Mission Prep still leads here in the first quarter with 1:46 on the game clock.
Exactly as you said. I mean, when you've got that kind of decision-making being trusted onto a player that just came up from the JV, a guy that's just getting his first varsity snaps, I mean, that is how you want to get your first varsity touchdown. A wonderful job getting to the outside, making the right decisions on the handoff, and just running the ball in untouched. I mean, Dyer just had it all right there. A perfectly executed drive by the St. Francis Sharks that almost stalled out a couple times.
And that kick by Garrett Lee makes it a 7-7 ball game. And we are tied up here in the first quarter, 1:46 on the clock. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We'll be right back.
At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439-1306 or visit us online at mamaleahsslow.com. Stay tuned after the game for our Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
Welcome back to Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. And the kickoff by Garrett Lee is taken by J.J. Howard into the end zone. And that is a touchback out to the 20-yard line for the Royals, 1st and 10. What do the Royals have to do here in offense? We saw some productivity, but we've also saw some struggles. They did a turnover on downs.
I mean, that's just the way the spread offense works. We're seeing them kind of open things up a little bit more, use a little bit more 10 personnel where you're going to have 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, no real tight end. And that isn't really necessarily how the Royals normally operate, as we're seeing them come out in more an I formation here.
Susank and Abate and a running back, wide at quarterback.
Susank into the backfield. Hands off to Susank. And Susank's off to the races. He's out of the 35, the 40, and he's tripped up. And he's down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. That's a good run. First down, moving the sticks.
I tell you what, this is just the Royals saying, you know what, if we're going to try and go round for round, make this a scoring fest, we're going to do it our way. We're going to put the ball into the hands of our running back, and we're going to take it to the defense. This is what I recognize as the Royals' bread and butter. Just a power play to the right side of the line, opening up a huge lane for Jack Susank.
And hand off to Jack Susank once again. And that's a nice little push forward for a 4-yard gain. And those 4-yard, 5-yard gains, they add up to first downs.
And that's exactly how this offense is designed to operate. I mean, we saw the more spread and open side of things where it's going to be the more modern style offense, spreading the ball around, trying to see if you can get the ball going through the passing game. But really, the Royals like to get their hands in the mud. They like to push the ball forward using these heavier personnel groupings. Here we have 2 running backs and 2 tight ends. You hardly ever see that these days.
A big formation. Jack Suseng takes the ball wide open. He's out to the sideline, the far side, and he meets the scrum. And that's the word of the night, scrum, and he's pushed out inside the Sharks 40-yard line. And they're going to spot him in the 35-yard line. First down, Royals.
You know, it's going to be a lot of credit to Jack Suseng. Coming into this game, he averaged 11.5 yards per carry, a huge amount for any running back. But give a lot of credit to the offensive line. He's not having to deal with linebackers or D-line as he's getting the ball. He's not having to really face them until he decides how to face them on his terms in the open field. That's opened up some great lanes. Great running by Jack Suseng, no doubt, but this O-line's doing fantastic.
Jamar Howard on the near sideline. And a flag on the play before the play even really gets going.
Flag on the field.
11.3 seconds on the clock, by the way.
Going to be an encroachment penalty against the defense. I thought that this was going to be the case on the last one, but no flag thrown there. This time I think someone was lined up in the neutral zone just straight up, no jump. And that's going to move him back 5.
Clock continue to run here. And that looks like that might be the end of the first quarter. Can we get a snap off in time? They line up, and that is the end of the first quarter. Our score is 7-7. Royals and St. Francis Sharks tied up in the battle for the bell. The Bishop's Trophy. Mission Prep Football is presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
Hey, you know, Steven, it's only the second quarter. Both teams have started running the ball really well here. I think we got time to call Mama Leah's Pizzeria. I'm going to get that right one of these days. Mama Leah's Pizzeria and get us a pizza so it's ready by the end of the game. What do you think?
I think that might not be a bad idea. It's always the right call when you call Mama Leah's.
Yeah, give them a call. Mama Leah's Pizzeria, 805-439-1306. Deep pass into the corner and going up, Tyler Garrett. He pulls it in as White delivers. And they're going to call it a good one, moving the sticks. First down, Royals to open the second quarter. And stay tuned for after the game because Kobe White, with that kind of pass, could be our Mama Leah's Pizzeria player of the game. Mama Leah's Pizzeria's open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. And go ahead and reach out to them, 805-439-1306. Or visit them at mamaleahslow.com. Back under center is Kobe White. He has Abade and Suseng in the backfield with him. Howard on the near sideline, Tyler Garrett on the far sideline. He's looking for his receiver, and Abade can't pull it in.
Yeah, that wasn't Abade. That looked like Mario Loera off the hands there. He changed his number from number 50 to number 34, so he could be an eligible receiver. And there, just the right route, right situation, just off the hands. That's a tough call. A guy that just moved over from the O-line to that tight end position, not able to haul that in. That would have been a great pickup by Mario Loera.
Mario Loera, you came through last week during the broadcast at Central Valley Christian, looking that up on Max Preps in real time for us. As White's working on a quick snap, and we have a flag.
Flag on the play.
On second down for the Royals. They have a flag at the 5-yard line. False start on the offense. Second and goal now from the 10-yard line for Mission Prep as they're looking to capitalize on the field position. They're in the red zone, and they want to go back up with the lead here. They want to take the lead for the second time in this ball game.
You know what? I'm going to give Caleb Allen, also known as Taco, a little credit there. Even though it was a penalty, was well up under the second level of the defense by the time that the whistle actually got blown.
And Jack Susang takes it in, or takes it, looking to take it in. And the ball comes loose as he stretches out. And the Sharks jump on it. Vincent Ciandro comes up with it in the end zone. Are they going to give it to him? Where are they going to give it to him is the question.
They were signaling for a touchback there. So they should have it at the 20-yard line. I disagree with this call because it looked like Jack Susek had been extending his hands towards the goal line. The ground can't cause a fumble. If the ball hits the ground, he's down by contact. And it looked to be the case there. The ball may have been moving. I didn't have that great of an angle. If that is the case, yes, fumble every time. But that's one of those 50-50 calls that can drastically change the flow of a game.
And if this was the NFL, we'd be in a 5-minute commercial break as they reviewed that call. But here in high school sports, we don't have it. 1st and 10 for the Sharks, their own 20-yard line. They're moving right to left here in the second quarter. 11:30 on the clock following a Jack Susank's fumble into the end zone. And Garibay running with it, and he's being pulled by the jersey, and that doesn't really help as he's then pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a dangerous grab there. Could have been a horse collar territory, but is the back by the top of the numbers, just a loose jersey. This is why back in the old days, they used to tape the jerseys to the shoulder pads. May not be a bad idea with how loose those jerseys are on St. Francis.
St. Francis looking at a 2nd and about 12 following that loss of yardage for Garibay. Dyer throws down the line of scrimmage, and that pass completed. And Garrett Lee pulls it in, and he comes up just short of the first down.
Mario Loera suddenly finding his number called quite a bit on the chase down there. Coming off that linebacker position out to cover the screen. Fantastic job getting his wheels on and just chasing his man down. I really like what the Loera brothers have done since they've been here.
3rd and 2 for the Sharks. Tied up 7 here in the second quarter. Handoff up the middle. They're trying to get the first down, and the defense pushes back. And that's a loss of 1, bringing up 4th down. Do we see the punt team come out?
Bring up a 4th and short for the Sharks.
Or do we see the heavy machinery come out as they try to bulldoze their way forward? And that's what we see.
Looks like a punt formation.
And here comes the punt unit.
Says Vasquez on to do the punting.
Nice punt. Flag.
There's a flag on the field.
As we got some tangling up at midfield, we have a flag on the field.
Jamar Howard was back to receive the punt.
Yeah, it's going to be some sort of blocking or receiving infraction on the Royals is going to be my best guess. There's a lot of contact when that ball was thrown on the near side of the field. We're going to see what the umpire has to say. It could have been a hold on St. Francis, could have been a block in the back for the Royals, or any number of different blocking infractions. There's just a lot of tussling going on is what I saw. Indeed, illegal block against the Royals is going to be the call.
That's going to create some, that's going to push the Royals back a little bit further now from where they were. So it gives the Royals harder spot to work from, benefiting the Sharks here.
Yeah, so the Royals offense has taken a couple shots down the field. I've really liked what they're doing with their deep ball. I also really like what they're doing with the run game. I'm not sure this quick game has been doing it quite as much. The quick tosses to the side, it worked early on. St. Francis adjusted. Most defenses have a kit built into them of, hey, this is what we're going to do when they lighten up their personnel and try and pass the ball quickly. Not everyone has a setup for someone like Jamar Howard, who has unique speed among high school players, or the offensive line being as aggressive as Mission Prep has been. So I'd like to see them do what's best for them, what most makes the Mission Prep team unique.
First and 10 from the 27-yard line. That pass complete over the middle to Lorera, and they're saying it's incomplete. It looked like he was making forward movement with the ball right here in front of us, but they're going to say he dropped it as Mario couldn't keep control of it.
Yeah, I'd say that was a football move there. And we talked about how Jack Susank probably would have, won that challenge down there by the goal line here. I think St. Francis probably would have won that challenge. And again, we don't got challenged, so no sense in really looking at it too tightly.
Second and 10 from the Royals from their own 28-yard line. Under center is White. They keep the ball on the ground this time. Jack Susank with some room to run here on the near side. He breaks one tackle, breaks two, and the third contact takes him out of bounds. Christian Abdu pushes him out.
Diego Ramirez doing a great job at that outside linebacker position, forcing Jack Susank to pop it out and along the sideline, along the line of scrimmage, really not giving him room to go vertically. That's what Jack Susank does best, is run vertically with that ball. He likes putting his foot in the ground and really getting upfield. Not an option there, thanks to Diego Ramirez, doing a great job for St. Francis and the Sharks.
It's going to be 3rd and 4 from second base. My favorite spot on the football field. I formation for the Royals, and miscommunication confuses me on what to say. And a cloud of dust, as the PA announcer says as well, leaves the Royals in a state of confusion, and second base becomes a second mess.
Well, I mean, that is a quick dive play to Andrew Abate. Just a quick fullback trap. The whole idea is, hey, we're going to take your aggression against you. We're going to trap one of your players by having him think he can go more upfield than he actually can and sneak our fullback right behind him. Doesn't happen when the ball gets bobbled between the quarterback and the fullback, and unfortunately, no gain.
Jack Susank back to punt this one away. Good punt from Susank. Does not take a Royals bounce and is down inside the 40-yard line by Caden Elmerick. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Sharks, 8:57 on the clock. And the ball is spotted at the 37-yard line for the Sharks.
Yeah, we've seen quite an effective offense by the Sharks on and off through this first half. And really, the Sharks have been powering the ball quite well and getting it off tackle quite well. So we'll see what they want to do here on this drive.
That one batted. Big old defensive pause going up. And Isaac Townsend getting his big old bear paws out there and going, nope.
Isaac Townsend does a great job getting upfield here. This was a fake handoff, going to try and screen on the other side. The idea was to bait the linebacker towards that off-tackle rush to one side and victimize him on the other side. Now, Isaac Townsend said, no, get that out of here.
Like Makimbe Mutombo, not in my house. Hands off to Garibay. And Garibay with a short gain across the 40-yard line down the hash marks.
Yeah, like the Spanish king to the Jesuits when it came to expanding the missions up the coast, Brian. That's why the Franciscans came in, where St. Francis gets their name.
Not in my house.
Not in my house.
Okay. 3rd down and 7 for the Sharks here. 41-yard line. Pressure.
Oh!
And Mario Luera puts him to the ground.
You're not going to fake a Luera. Neither of them back there. We're going to sit there and say, oh, you threw the ball. That's fine. You can stay standing. Nah, you pump fake a Luera. They're going to take you to the ground. Mario Luera piercing through the line, getting the sack. What a great job by the Royals finishing that off. Isaac Townsend, Mario Luera, the D-line in general getting work done. Fantastic stand by the Royals.
And we got a new punter again, Garibay, back to punt this one away. I think this is a multiple punter situation for this team. Good punt. for the Sharks. Takes a Sharks bounce. Howard picks it up on the move. Breaks his first tackle. Tries to roll out of the second. And is pulled out of bounds by Nathaniel Madrigal Hernandez.
Howard, once again, we talked about average a first down, average 10 yards when you get that. He's doing much more than that. He's setting up the offense for quite a lot of success, despite the fact that that ball was a little bit more juiced coming off the dirt than it would be coming off the grass. It really took a weird kind of setup, and as a result, he didn't get it exactly as he wanted, but look at Howard, able to get all of that yardage off of a bad bounce. Fantastic.
I just want to go back to that Mario Larrera sack. I think the only thing that would have made it better if it was delivered with a rock bottom. But that would have been a flag.
Yeah, of course.
Working under center is Kobe White. Quickly hands it off to Jack Susang. He works outside his tackles, and he's taken down just before it gets to the big M in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's a smaller M than the one on the mountain. So, you know, a decent-sized M there on the middle of the field. But still, following his blockers, getting upfield, that's where Jack Susang's had the most success. When he has those lead blockers ahead of him, giving him those nice lanes. It's going to be a second and short. Royals got a lot of options here. I'd like to see what they can do with Jamar Howard here on this near side. Maybe get him out loose for a big gain.
7-7 here in the second quarter. Live from Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep. Down the sideline to Jamar Howard. And he can't pull it in as he lets it through his fingertips. And that brings up third down for the Royals.
Hey, Tony Romo, I'm coming for your job. That's all I'm saying right there. ISO coverage on Howard on the near side. Runs the fade route, hits him in the hands, just a couple inches away from a huge gain.
That brings up a 3rd and 2 for the Royals. Howard lined up on the near sideline. Hands off to Jack Susang. Turns outside the tackles. Gains enough. He's out to the 40. He's trying to spin out of the tackle, and he's brought down. And they're going to mark him down at the 39-yard line as he's tackled inside the numbers.
So if you're not familiar with San Luis Obispo geography, where we are in downtown, the fog gathers. I mean, I say where we are in downtown, and this happens all in downtown. The coastal marine layer will gather right here at the base of Cerro San Luis Obispo, and it'll make things a little bit moist. Ball security has to be a priority as a result for the Royals. Here we see Susang only had one ball on the hand, or one hand on the ball, almost slipped out as a result.
Still working under center is Kobe White. This one's a pass to Howard. Looked like there were just a little communication error there. Timing slightly off.
And those one-step drops are so hard to execute. They make it look easy at the higher levels of the game. You know, you just step back, toss the ball to the wide receiver. It's not as easy as that. The wide receiver has to get leverage on the defender. Sometimes that means it's a narrower route. Sometimes it's a higher route. It's not always the same spot. I think Colby White had a spot in his mind that didn't line up to the reality that Jamar Howard was seeing across the face from him.
2nd and 10 for the Royals. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line near hash mark. Hands off to Drew Harrigan. Harrigan with some room. Open space, looking for the end zone. Full speed ahead. Touchdown, Royals.
Drew Harrigan getting behind his big guys up front, finding the seam in the defense and hitting the second gear. Just ran right past the safeties. No one was home after that. Drew Harrigan finding the green open fields into the end zone right next to the atrium of Mission Prep where the Bishop's Trophy sits. Takes him one step closer to keeping it right here.
13-7 is our score following that 39-yard run.
Right to hold.
And that touchdown and every touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. And go ahead and visit them at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles, or give them a call at 805-226-5550. Visit them online, kdcapmtg.com, for all your mortgage needs. Unfortunately, Stephen, that's not a number I'll be calling because I'm not in the mortgage business yet. I'm not in that price range. I'm not in that pay scale. But I'll tell you what. Tonight's game is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo, the official ride of the Royals. Drop by and check out Hyundai's Getaway Sales Event, 1407 Auto Parkway here in San Luis Obispo. Or go ahead and check them out at their new Hyundai San Luis Obispo website, HyundaiSlow.com.
I want to tell you what, it was a pretty easy ride there for the Royals. Drew Harrigan capping off a run that had quite a bit of Jack Susank running the ball very effectively. That's what they like to see here with the Royals, getting that ball done well on the ground. There is some issues there as far as the quarterback connection with Jamar Howard. Had a few good looks, a few really good opportunities, well-run routes that just didn't end up connecting. One due to a drop pass, one due to a ball that was thrown behind the receiver. But overall, a very strong drive by the Royals. We're going to see if St. Francis can answer that.
And this Jack Susank and Mission Prep kickoff is brought to you by Mike Smith State Farm Insurance, presenting every Mission Prep kickoff this season. And that kickoff slides out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty on the Royals. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line for the Sharks. And just for good measure, Steven, I've been, that Royals touchdown, we should be doing this just for fun. Let's go ahead and pop it up. There we go. Royals touchdown. Presented by KD Capital Mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see what St. Francis can do here now in response to that Royals touchdown. They've got 6 minutes, 20 seconds, lots of time left in the in the second quarter here. I was gonna say the third.
I wish it was the third. I'm ready to go get that pizza. Mama Leah's just texting me saying it was almost ready. And the handoff to Garibay. He's running out to his right side. He's trying to find some room out to across the 50, but gets cut up short. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Sharks with a new set of downs at the 48-yard line.
Garibay keeps on finding these outside areas to run in, and a lot of it is due to the fact that those outside linebackers are just losing contain. They're looking inside, and by the time they find the running back, he's already outside of them, and they're back to chasing him down. It's a very hard task with a running back like Garibay, who's able to get outside very quickly.
Royals defense working with a 4-man front as Dyer works from the shotgun. Bad snap over his shoulder, and he takes it to the ground at his own 35-yard line to save possession. And that's not going to help you here when you need points. And they're in a position, like we're talking about they need a score here before the half. They're in a position to do some damage, because if they get on the board, we're tied up, possibly going into the break. They get the ball back to start the second half.
Well, really, it's just ball control issues. We've seen multiple snaps on both sides just not handled correctly. That's really cost both teams. That's why this score is sitting where it is.
It's going to be 2nd and an eternity for the first down. And trying to make some room with it is Garrett Lee, and he makes up some distance, but he's still not between the sticks yet.
Connor Lopez forced him to turn up there before Drew Harrigan had to come and stop him. Problem was Drew Harrigan just was getting off of his block by the time the wide receiver was putting his foot in the ground, or meant that huge gain. I mean, it went from 2nd and an eternity to 3rd and still long, but much more manageable.
3rd and 14 for the Sharks. Dyer working from the shotgun, trips to the near side. Looking for the receiver, rolling out as he's getting pressure, and he's going to come up short of the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a loss of downs outside the numbers, or a loss of yardage outside the numbers on the far sidelines.
Yeah, just chased out from behind. Someone's wearing Mario's old number. I'm not sure. I checked the roster this morning. There wasn't a number 50. I figured Mario was still going to be wearing his number 34. Maybe Mario and David switched again. So that could have been David's sack earlier. And this is Mario's tackle for loss. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll get you an update when I know what's going on with it. But so far, great stand by the Royals. They're going to get the ball back here, and really they're going to try and control to eat as much of that clock as possible before handing it back over.
Jordan Garibay off. Sends the punt off, as I was about to say, but that one gets called dead with a whistle.
Yeah, a couple encroachment calls there as the referee gets the signal in. And really just the hard count on the punt. When you're punting, it's always a great idea to have a hard count because that's a situation where if you lose yardage, whatever, just tell the punter to kick it harder. That's what they're there for. But if you get the defense to jump, it can be punishing. Here, not going to be super consequential, but that could have been another first down if they did it at the right point.
Fourth and 10 now as they're back to the sticks. And here comes the snap. Here comes the kick. That's a good punt for the Sharks again. They got their punt game going real good tonight. And that's going to be first and 10 for the Royals inside the 25-yard line.
Tell you what, that hard count was also a reaction to the fact that those snaps, all the kicks have been good. Snaps have been some dribblers. There's been some that haven't even really made it to the punter where he's had to pick it up off the ground. So really trying to make sure that the Royals can't come through and block. The Royals haven't been very aggressive on the block, but the second that they wanted to be, if you have a bad snap like that, it can be disaster for the Sharks. So Sharks trying to use the cadence as a tool to give themselves a little bit more room, a little bit more time for the punter to get that ball out of there.
And working now from the shotgun position is Kobe White. His two receivers to his right, one to his left.
Right in the shotgun.
Hands it off to Abadi. And that one's tripped up. Short gain. That brings up second down for the Royals. 3:20 on the clock.
And Madrigal Hernandez biting the block and just getting his hand out barely in time to catch Andrew Abade's leg as he was passing him by. It's very hard to both fight a block and get that tackle. Madrigal Hernandez did it perfectly, saving the Sharks a lot of heartache in a short amount of time.
Pass down the line of scrimmage to Tyler Garrett, and he's tangled up by Jordan Garibay and taken down for no gain.
And here's where you start slowing yourself down. You might be saying, hey, you know what? We might just run it here, not because we think it will get us to the first down marker, but because it won't hurt to get closer. We could still get the first down, but mainly it's going to eat up that clock. There's only 2:34 left. Granted, also keep in the back of your mind, no timeouts have been called by either team so far in this half, so we'd be giving the ball back to St. Francis, who's fully loaded with timeouts.
3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, flag on the play. And that pass incomplete, intended target, Dante Andrini.
And there's going to be a flag on this play. We'll see who this is on. It's going to be a holding call against the offense. I believe this is going to end up being declined, force the fourth down to come up. I wouldn't give the Royals another shot with how explosive these players have been. I wouldn't give them another shot to get this first down. And indeed, this is declined.
So fourth down, we're going to see Jack Susane come out most likely. And here comes out the punt unit. Jack Susane onto the field.
Yeah, Jack Susank's had a couple good punts so far. We're going to see what the coverage can do. As we said in the last punt for St. Francis, first step here is the snap. It's quite moist in the air right now, so that ball's going to be slippery.
Susank standing on his own 10-yard line, takes a low snap, boots it away, takes a bounce at the 48-yard line of the Sharks, continue to roll inside the 35, and it's going to be down inside the 35 at roughly the 32-yard line. And Jack Susank finally gets the bounce he's looking for on that punt. And I want to remind you that California Fresh Market is a proud presenting partner of Mission Prep Football this fall on PrepSportsNetworks.com. Since 1966, they've been serving the Central Coast through all their locations in San Luis Obispo and Pismo. Open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. They are independent, local, and fresh. And here comes the Sharks. Dreyer hands it off. And trying to make some room up the middle is the back. And Gabe Rodriguez in there making the tackle.
And Gabe Rodriguez has been very active today down there on the D-line, making sure he's getting on different tackle opportunities, really causing some chaos in the center. They haven't gone back to those dive plays, largely because of Gabe Rodriguez's dominance in those A-gaps situations.
2nd and a long 8 for the Sharks. 1:25 on the clock, second quarter. Passes into the flat. Shakes the first defender, does Littell. And does that ball come out? As Coach Schuster's down there with the referee trying to say that ball's ours. But the referee's clearly saying, nope, it's the Sharks.
Yeah, it looked like it rolled out of bounds, but you end up moving backwards, so it's still a tackle for loss. You can't advance the ball through fumbling it forward, so it's going to go back to where forward progress was ceased, and really give Grant Callahan a lot of credit there. Fought off a block and held the receiver long enough for help to come. He's not going to get any statistics on that, no tackle, but did a great job doing his job so other people could come in and finish.
Third down and 10 for the Sharks. Up the middle is Garibay, and he tries to extend it out. He gains about 5 yards. And we have a timeout on the field. Our first timeout of the night. We'll go ahead and take it with him. We're going to get some water as the players get some water. And California Fresh Market is a proud presenter of Mission Prep Football, which is driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. We'll be right back.
Mission College Prep creates a culture of care and accountability in partnership with families to form women and men of scholarship, inspiration, and leadership in service to deeper life with God and deeper life with one another. Open enrollment begins September 1st. Apply online at missionprep.org by clicking the Apply Now tab. 99% of MCP seniors go directly to college. It's the only high school on the Central Coast to host SAT and ACT tests last year, with SAT, ACT, and AP scores exceeding state and national averages. 19 varsity sports, including esports. Come and experience the Mission College Prep difference by emailing enrollment at missionprep.org for more information.
And a bad snap for Garibay. This punt is a bad one. Barely across the 50 as we have some commotion at midfield. It's going to be Mission Prep ball at the 39-yard line. First and 10 from their own territory. And we have 53 seconds for the Royals to go 61 yards. It's not infeasible here with this Royals team. You got Jack Susank can run the ball real good. You got what we've already seen, 39-yard touchdown run from Drew Harrigan. Colby White can throw those deep passes to Jamar Howard. We just got to get the timing perfect.
Well, they've been hit and miss with the spread personnel, but clearly Coach Schuster thinks that there's an opportunity here because he took that timeout before the punt to conserve some of that clock.
And the handoff to Kardashian. And Kardashian gets out to the 44-yard line before he's pulled to the turf. And we have another timeout on the field. Mission Prep taking this one. We're going to go ahead and join them in the timeout. You're enjoying Mission Prep football presented by California Fresh Market and driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo.
Friday Night Lights and Mission Prep Royals football back on the Prep Sports Network for the 2021 season. All broadcasts are presented by
What is most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is our highest priority. Give us a call at 805. What's most important to you? At Mike.
Apologize, we were minor technical difficulties. Got everything worked out. We're back. Mike Smith Chevrolet, a proud sponsor. Or Mike Smith Chevrolet. Mike Smith State Farm. I'm making up sponsors now. This pass intercepted with a flag on the play. Not intercepted. The ball was dropped by Garrett Lee. Jamar Howard down there, the tax of the 11s.
Yeah, one-on-one action. Looks like a little bit of a push in the back. We're going to see if that's the actual call here. And indeed, pass interference on the defense. tonight, pushing the back is going to get you the flag. Didn't last night in the NFL, but, we keep on making those NFL comparisons. Here they actually didn't know how to throw that ball out, huh?
I didn't watch the game last night. I was in the box working at the Fuel Shack.
Oh, well, there you go.
Making some money.
Ask a Cowboys fan. They'll be more than happy to tell you it's been my experience today. Heard quite a bit about it. Pass interference against the defense going to be accepted by the Royals. Going to give them a fresh set of downs, but more importantly, moving them 15 yards closer to pay dirt here. I got to imagine that they're keeping an eye on both the yardage and how many plays they've got left. They want to make sure that if they can get Jack Susek a field goal, it's better than trying to throw something away on a Hail Mary. They're going to try and piece their way up the field if possible.
Around midfield for the Royals.
1st and 10 from the Royals, following the 15-yard penalty, now at the 41-yard line. Howard on the near sideline makes the diving attempt, comes up short.
Yeah, took a step under himself. That kind of undercut his ability to turn there. Just one of those deals, mistake right and left, ended up going to be a little clumsy. Good route otherwise, really had the cornerback well off the wide receiver's route. So Howard doing a lot of things right, just one step away from making that big play.
Grant Callahan lining up on the far sideline. J.J. Howard on the near sideline with Tyler Garrett. Flags come out. False start on the offense is the early indication. And that's the indication that counts. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Royals, bringing up a 2nd and 15. Ball now spotted at the 46-yard line. Royals lead 14-7 over the Sharks in this battle for the bell. The prize is the Bishop's Trophy, and there's 35 seconds left in the first half.
And normally you're playing for gold. Normally you want to get that first place. Today we're playing for bronze. Brian, that's the top prize today.
And I'm saying if neither one of them want to take that trophy home, I'll put it in the back of the Honda, and I'll take it home.
You'll have a lot of people looking for you real quick.
Delay on the offense.
And Mission Prep taking some sweet time, which is another 5-yard penalty.
And I think right now we're seeing Coach Schuster have a quick conversation on the sideline with the side judge, letting him know that he didn't see the warning go up, and that may have been an issue with the back judge. Back judge is supposed to put the hand up with 5 seconds left, give the coach a chance to take a timeout, let the quarterback know he's got to get the snap in. And I don't think Schuster saw it.
So 2nd and 20, long distance, deep pass from White, down the far sideline. He finds his receiver. I stand corrected. That is an interception. And that interception coming by way of Desmond Littell. And it's going to be Sharks ball in Sharks territory, 28.4 seconds. I totally thought that Grant Callahan came up with that one.
It's not hard to beat, or rather it is hard to beat Grant Callahan on a high ball like that. Give Littell a lot of respect on that contested catch right there. Taking it to the ground and ripping it out of Grant Callahan's hands as he went down. Ends up getting the Sharks another chance, and now we're going to see if they go for it.
They're going to take a timeout here, so we're going to go ahead and take a timeout with them. We'll be right back. You're enjoying Mission Prep Football on Prep Sports Network.
What's most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is the highest priority. Located on the corner of Johnson Avenue and San Luis Drive by French Hospital, right here in SLO, our licensed and knowledgeable agents are ready to take your call and put an insurance package together that fits your individual needs. Give them a call at 805-546-8393, representing a company large enough to have your back, but an office small enough to care. Go Royals!
Welcome back inside Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep, downtown San Luis Obispo. And the beautiful state of California, 28.4 seconds here in the first half.
The Sharks will let the time run out.
And the decision is to let the time run out on the clock, Stephen. And our score going into the break is 14-7. Mission Prep holds a small lead over the Sharks here in downtown San Luis Obispo.
Absolutely a great start to the Battle of the Bell, the Borromeo Bowl, if I had my way of saying it, after the cathedral up in Monterey, St. Carlos Borromeo Cathedral, the seat of Diocese of Monterey, which is the whole reason we're here, whole reason we're playing each other.
Well, Stephen, if I had my way about it, I would adopt a name from our past on the Slowpoke Sports Show. And I told Coach Schuster this on the coaches show this week, and that was they should call it the Crowns and Bites Trophy, because the Royals wear the crown.
I think you're losing a lot of Catholicism in that one. Look, I was confirmed in this diocese. I'm going to stand by the Bishop's Trophy, Bishop's Battle, Battle of the Bell, Borromeo Bowl, Crowns and Bites. I mean, look, that show doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, we're still there. We're in the thick of it. Why don't we go to a quick break, and we come back here in a little bit, we'll break down what we've seen.
We'll be right. Okay. Yeah, we got a huge glitch through our system. So,
Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep Football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. We hope to see you soon. Go Royals!
Slow Brew the Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions, weddings, and other celebratory events. Open Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., it's the perfect pregame hangout spot before the next Mission Prep football game. Find us at 855 Aero Vista Place in SLO. Go Royals!
Friday Night Lights and...
What is most important to you? At Mike Smith State Farm, giving you the right insurance advice to protect the life you're living and the people you love is our highest priority. Give us a call at 805-546-8393. We represent a company large enough to have your back, but an office small enough to care. At Mama Leah's Pizzeria, we provide fresh ingredients, handmade pizza, wings, local beverages, and more. We're a family-owned, locally ran, family-friendly pizzeria serving fresh, hot pizza for our customers. Conveniently located off of Los Osos Valley Road, we're open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Call in an order at 805-439-1306 or visit us online at mamaleahsslo.com. Stay tuned after the game for our Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game.
Old San Luis Barbecue, a proud supporter of Mission Prep Royals football in the 2021 season. Established in 2010, they are SLO County's best Santa Maria-style barbecue. Couple of locations to choose from in San Luis Obispo, one on Higuera, one on Broad. They're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays even later, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., a great spot to stop by after Mission Prep's next win.
High school football fans, we know the weekend starts under the Friday night lights, and at Laguna Grill, we've got you covered on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays this fall. Come by and enjoy a savory burger with our made-in-house patties, some awesome appetizers, and a cold one. While watching your favorite games, Laguna Grill, a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football on PSN-TV.
Located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, Grocery Outlet is proud to support Mission Prep Football for the 2021 season. At Grocery Outlet, you'll find name brand groceries and farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% less than conventional grocery stores. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We hope to see you soon at Grocery Outlet, a proud supporter of the Mission Prep Royals.
Slow Brew the Rock is home to a 30-barrel brew house, canning line, and tasting room. The Rock features a tap room restaurant, catering kitchen, and event space. The casual setting is centered around The Rock, with extensive landscaping, casual outdoor seating, and fire pits. The Rock boasts one of the largest venues in San Luis Obispo County for corporate functions, weddings, and other celebratory events. Open Tuesday through Sunday, noon to 8 p.m., it's the perfect pregame hangout spot before the next Mission Prep football game. Find us at 855 Aero Vista Place in SLO. Go Royals!
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals.
Mission College Prep creates a culture of care and accountability in partnership with families to form women and men of scholarship, inspiration, and leadership in service to deeper life with God and deeper life with one another. Open enrollment begins September 1st. Apply online at missionprep.org by clicking the Apply Now tab. 99% of MCP seniors go directly to college. It's the only high school on the Central Coast to host SAT and ACT tests last year, with SAT, ACT, and AP scores exceeding state and national averages. 19 varsity sports, including esports. Come and experience the Mission College Prep difference by emailing enrollment at missionprep.org for more information.
At KD Capital Mortgage, we know that your home is much more than four walls and a roof. Your home is where dreams are born and memories are made. That's why whether you're looking to refinance your current home, purchasing your dream home, or buying an investment property, our goal is to help you take advantage of today's historically low rates and make sure you find the right loan to match your specific needs. So whatever your mortgage needs may be, the perfect loan is waiting for you, and KD Capital is here to help. Please give us a call at 805-226-5550, a proud partner of the Mission Prep Royals. Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back to Mission College Prep's lovely broadcast. I can barely hear myself. There we go. Turn up the mics a little bit more, adjust my mic.
Hey, there we go.
We are in downtown San Luis Obispo on the campus of Mission College Prep. Your Royals lead the St. Francis Sharks 14-7 in the battle for the bell, the Bishop's Trophy, a beautiful trophy We are frozen on camera here. Why are we frozen on camera?
It's a very good question.
Um,
We're going to try some stuff out. If you're listening, hang on. We got some stuff going on. We had a power surge a second ago. We're going to see what we can do to fix that up.
yeah, go ahead and adjust that. We'll go to a different camera angle real quick, see what happens there. Oh, our camera's frozen. Let's
Well, there's not a lot going on right now. We just got a lot of kids playing football out there.
go ahead and talk to us, Steven.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
on the
go
run.
ahead and talk to you. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like I said, I was confirmed in this diocese, a member of Nativity of Our Lady Church back in the day. I also went to San Luis Obispo de Tolosa, the mission right across the street from us. Lovely palm street behind us. We saw it if you caught our pregame. This is a fantastic bowl for me specifically. As somebody who's done football broadcast in the area, as somebody who has been raised in the area, Catholic in the area, this is a big thing for me. This is something I'm very proud of. Give you a quick history of the Diocese of Monterey. It was the diocese when the Spanish conquest of California began. Like I said earlier, the Jesuits kicked out by the King of Spain because they did not want somebody that was loyal to the Catholic Church actually conducting the foundation of the missions that would then go on to become settlements in the new territory of Alta California. So, Diocese of Monterey gets founded. Junipero Serra, blessed Junipero Serra, he's been beatified, ends up leading that. He selects the Monterey as the place that he's going to have as his base of operations. St. Carlos Borromeo Cathedral was founded, and it controlled operations from Sonoma all the way down to San Diego, right out of the Monterey Bay. Of course, time goes on. Cities like LA and San Francisco come along. The diocese in those areas get carved out from the Diocese of Monterey. And now we have kind of what we have now, an adorable little diocese all to ourselves that stretches from Santa Cruz down to San Luis Obispo. Technically, the boundary line is that Santa Maria River that you're very familiar with. We cross it every day. That's where the Archdiocese
I don't cross it every day.
Well, I mean, I look at it every day. I work in Napomo, so I get to look at that river every day and say, oh, that's where the Archdiocese of LA begins. Actually, it's where I say, oh, that's where Santa Maria is. But that's where the Archdiocese of LA has its boundary drawn. So most northern point, St. Francis School, as far as the private schools are concerned, most southern point here in San Luis Obispo. A lot of pride in this area. It has a lot of history to it, a lot of intrigue. To have something like the Bishop's Trophy come in and be part of the football culture here now, as I said, this is the diocese going historically. Real great situation for the Royals going forward. They finally have a rival on their schedule. For a long time have not had a football rival. Suddenly they have two, with SLO becoming a league opponent and therefore a must-play game.
Yeah.
Very confusing how it went from 0 to 2. Didn't step it in as it is planned to, as 2020 was supposed to be the first time that St. Francis and Mission Prep played. Of course, we all know what happened last year, and this is the first time these teams would meet as a result. So, great situation all around. Like I said, we're playing for bronze, but we couldn't be more proud of what that means to the community. I hope this is a long-lasting rivalry, but also one that is, a more friendly rivalry than it is an aggressive one.
Looking on paper, I am impressed with the Sharks and what they presented so far. I thought they were kind of more of an underdog team. I thought this was a situation kind of like last week where Mission Prep went in fighting up in weight class basically. But the Sharks, they have a decent program going.
There's a weird relationship between the Central Coast section and, since we have a lot of St. Francis fans, I'm sure listening, I'll say the Southern Central Coast rather than the true Central Coast, as a lot of Caltrans employees will tell you. Southern California starts at the Madonna Inn's bathroom here on 101. That this is where a lot of people consider, the exact midpoint between San Francisco and LA. Of course, if you're going between Sonoma and San Diego, exact midpoint's Monterey Bay. And of course, the Central Coast section, a very small section as far as CIF's concerned compared to the Central section and the Southern section, we don't have a lot of cross-pollination between them for some reason, and so it's hard to compare teams. I mean, the big dog up there is Palma, a Catholic high school in Salinas. They field fantastic teams year after year. There's a lot of great football up in the Parajo Valley where Watsonville is, all around Gilroy and down into Salinas and King
Salinas
City.
Valley,
I mean, there's a lot of good football. You know, when you talk about Gonzales and how great a teams they have up there. So when you sit there and say, all right, well, this is what this team's record is, this is who they've played, it's hard to compare what we play versus what they play in the North. That's why I think it's so important when we talk about diocesan rivalries, having these teams that are just our neighbors up the road, being able to meet them, know who they are, and know that we're in a brotherhood together and sisterhood of faith as a group is really something special.
And talking to Coach Schuster and the Coaches Show this week, you can follow that. You can watch that after the game on Prep Sports Network's YouTube channel. The idea of this came from one of the fathers of one of the pastors, one of the fathers of the of Mission Prep, because they thought it'd be good to unify the diocese as far as schools are concerned. What better way to start that with, like you said, the northernmost, the southernmost, and then start to unify throughout the middle. You know, let's start from the outside and work our way in, and that's what they've done. And so far, I'm excited. You know, we got the big bell. I haven't seen it in person just yet, but up close and personal, that is, but we'll get there.
Well, a lot of it comes back down to the fact that there's this giant military base in the middle, right? Camp Roberts takes up a lot of space on the 101, what is also called El Camino Real, the King's Road. This ties it all back together. The Spanish history of the diocese is all part of El Presidio de Carlos de Monterey, the third military district of the Spanish military districts back in the day. That military tradition continues in Monterey. It's in fact why back during World War II, the code breakers, the people doing the foreign language translations, were at what's currently CSU Monterey Bay. That was a foreign language institute where they translate the Russian, German. Yeah, you know, that's where all of that happened. There's a lot of really deep history in this area that I think just gets glossed over because a lot of people think it's the sleepy Central Coast. It's where people go to kind of enjoy golf up at Pebble Beach or come enjoy wine country down here in Paso Robles and Edna Valley. I mean, there's so much more to the history in the area, and we really need to cherish that as a community.
Yeah, so you said that Camp Roberts is in between us and the Watsonville and that northern part of the diocese. Well, you also got what was Fort Ord. You also got Fort Hunter Liggett up there in between us.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of open space that's...
Especially if you're going along 101. If you're going Highway 1, you know, it's a nicer drive, but you still got Big Sur, natural preserve there.
Yeah.
A lot of endangered species. I mean, it's a beautiful place that we all live in, beautiful place to be. I mean, it's really great out here.
So we welcome all the St. Francis fans joining us as we got 13 seconds left on the clock. Our cameraman, Thomas Bowden, is bundled up. He's got the Mission Prep heavy jacket on now. He's been layering it on slowly and surely. And he just said, "Don't call me Shirley." I'm just kidding. I made that up.
He's just bundling up extra tight because he's tired of everyone looking at him and saying, "Boy, that's a strong guy right there." You know, he's tired of people asking for fights, asking to arm wrestle. He's too strong is really the issue.
And the way this game, they were on the wrong sides of the field, by the way, for those wondering.
It happens. You know what? It's that thing. I had a facilities teacher at Fresno State University who always wanted to start lines in the wrong places because as soon as one person looks like they know what they're doing, everyone follows them. That's exactly what we just saw.
Yeah.
Couple Sharks said, "Yeah, this is where we're going. We're going this way," and everyone followed them.
And Jack Susank in to kick it off, and this kickoff and every Mission Prep kickoff brought to you by Mike Smith, State Farm Insurance. And I've said this, and I honestly believe it. State Farm is the best insurance out there. I've had them since I was 18, and they've never done me dirty.
Oh, that's a good start. I mean, it must be nice to have such a great insurance company. I'm sure if you ask any of the insurance agents that we've been talking about all night, they'll be sure to help you out.
Mike Smith, State Farm Insurance. Kickoff brought to you by Mike Smith, State Farm Insurance. Here's Jack Susank. Back to receive this one is Garrett Lee. And Garrett Lee does just that. And we are underway here in the third quarter. And he weaves. And at the 20-yard line, he is pulled down on the hash marks. And we got laundry flying on the field. Curious to see what this one is.
Look like some sort of illegal block here on the near side of the field. We're going to see what they say as they get the initial spot so that can mark the penalty yardage off of it. I had an illegal block on this side. We'll see if that's what the referees agree with. Indeed, chop block against the receiving team. That being the Sharks.
We'll back up the Sharks.
That's going to be a half the distance to the goal penalty. 10 yards.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough situation for St. Francis with the snap troubles they were having in the first half. This could be potentially a very dangerous pre-play. Not even a dangerous play, a pre-play where they're trying to see how they can best start, not even get going.
In the backfield.
As the student section here at Royal Stadium gets fired up. A slow start to this third quarter. A lot of confusion here. Carlos Lopez ready to go. He's showing rush. Motion. Takes the snap. Handoff. Trying to get outside. He's outside the numbers. And that big old pile of bodies gets pushed out of bounds. And they're going to say he was stopped with forward progress. Clock continues to run.
And Garibay following his line, and the defensive line for Mission Prep trying everything to get after him. And that is just big on big. No actual tackling really happening, just everyone pushing each other and nowhere to go for Garibay. That's what the Royals wanted to see happen in this entire game. Just use their big guys to push their big guys around and make the good things happen.
Dyer working in from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to his left side. Or his right side, that is, a dump pass. And that dump pass comes up with some short yardage as Seth Vasquez comes up with that.
Yeah, Caden Elmerick with the tackle really just does a good job one-on-one on the outside, picking up his man during the play action. That was a very effective play action, gave the quarterback a long time, but Dyer really had his chance and really had a good chance to survey the field there as he escaped the pocket.
3rd and 7 for the Sharks here in the third quarter. 10:39 on the clock. Dyer rolling to his right, under pressure. And we got flags on the play. And he's taken down near the goal line.
Yeah, lot of activity down there right now. Real good job getting the pressure going. This is going to be close to a safety, but I'm not sure where they've got the spot. Looks like it's just outside of the goal line. I'm actually using the camera lens itself to try and get this ball spotted, but we'll see what the call is. St. Francis seems to be accepting that it's against them.
They're marching it off against.
Oh, they're marching against the Royals. I didn't see the call here.
That is an odd penalty.
Oh, face mask against the Royals. I didn't catch that because there's such a massive humanity that we had to look through in order to make that play happen. But I guess a face mask during the tackle, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Puts him back in between the chains, but I believe that's an automatic first. Why aren't the chains moving?
They give him a 3rd and 3 here. Because the distance wasn't greater than 15 yards. That snaps over his head. He catches the pop fly. And Dyer's trying to get some room. And he's pushed to the sticks.
That's Isaac Townsend once again, the sophomore making the tackle. But more importantly, the St. Francis Sharks are to where they're going to have to punt into the end zone. And we've seen this ball dribble a little bit. If I'm the Royals, I am forsaking any chance of a real return. I'm going to go house block on this punt in order to get a chance to get a touchdown or a safety. This is a fantastic chance for the Royals to really make something big happen and turn the tables.
Garibay back to punt this one away, standing in his own end zone. Gets a good snap. Boots it away. It's a line drive right into Howard's arms. And calls the fair catch. 1st and 10 for the Royals. So I'm going to clarify that penalty in that face mask. It was a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The spot of the foul was beyond 15 yards from the first down, which made it, they were 18 yards back from the line of scrimmage, from the first down marker.
Yes, but an automatic first down, it doesn't matter the yardage. You reset the chains.
True, they didn't give it to him.
Yeah, I don't. My understanding of the rule book's not a perfect understanding of the rule book, so
I'll
just take it for what it was.
I'm just explaining what we saw in person.
Yes. You are correct.
For the viewers at home keeping track. White hands it off to Jack Susang. Wide open spaces, wide open green fields. He's trying to avoid some tackles. There's 2 now on him, and Jack Susang is pulled down at the 15-yard line. That is a big gain for Jack Susang.
Jack Susang familiar with big gains. Coming into this game, average over a first down per carry, over 11 yards per carry. Coming into this, I got to imagine that's just going to grow as the games, the stats get accumulated from this game, because he's had quite a few 20, 30-yard plus runs.
Coming in tonight with 275 yards on the year is Jack Susang. 3 touchdowns, looking to add to it as Kobe White rolls out. He has 4 on the year through the air, and this pass to Mario Loera falls incomplete. Loera making the huge diving catch.
Yeah, that's a dangerous throw to make on a couple of counts. First of all, Mario Loera was covered and was in a situation where he could get hit pretty hard, but also throwing the ball that late into the series, that late into where you're at as a quarterback, that progression, you've got a real good chance that your offensive line has decided to go block for you, go block the run lanes, and you get guys upfield, and that can get you penalty yards against. So risky throw by Colby White, ends up just going for an incomplete pass.
Right under center.
Second down for the Royals. And Jack Susang drops it on the handoff, and he makes the diving attempt to catch the ball. Does that, or to round up the ball, that is. And it's going to bring 3rd down for the Royals with a 1-yard gain on that diving fumble recovery.
Yeah, quite a greasy pigskin we got here tonight. A lot of balls hitting the ground, a lot of fumbles, a lot of missed snaps, just really poor handle on the ball. And I think a lot of that comes back to this marine layer that's sitting just above us. As everything's getting just a little bit softer, a little bit more damp, it's definitely affecting the grip on the ball.
3rd down. Running up the middle, Jack Susang looking to get in the end zone, and he does. Jack Susang in for the touchdown. 8:28 on the clock. Mission Prep Royals up now 20-7, and that touchdown and every touchdown for Mission Prep Royals this season brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Visit them online at kdcapmtg.com. And Jack Susang in to clean up his dirty work. Extra point attempt, kicking from left to right. The kick is up, and it's clean. Off the upright and into the record books.
I tell you what, you got to love how Jack Susang ran the ball there. He did what every great running back does. He didn't accept contact. Anytime somebody got a hand on him, he got it right back off of him and got upfield. 3 different players for the St. Francis Sharks touched him there, and none of them got a good enough hand on him to bring him down. That's what led to the touchdown. The lanes were there, yes, but no one made good enough contact on Jack Susang to slow him down or stop him, and that's how he ended up in the end zone. Just seeing that he's going to get hit, accepting it, moving on. Goes to the next guy over and over. He does that until somebody actually is able to take him on. Not many people are able to do that, especially at the high school level.
And I want you to remind you that could make Jack Susang eligible for the Mama Leah's Pizzeria Player of the Game. Now, it does make him eligible, actually. It does make him eligible.
I mean, everybody's eligible.
And go ahead and check out Mama Leah's Pizzeria's menu at mamaleahslow.com. They have a really nice website, by the way. I went to their website to pull off some of the graphics for our commercial, and I really enjoyed it. So if you caught the commercial break, you know what I'm talking about. That lovely round slice of pizza. Ooh, I want some pizza now.
For the Sharks.
I believe they deliver late, so you should be in luck.
They're only open until 9 p.m.
That's late to me.
No, that's true. Jack Susan kicks it off, and this kickoff brought to you by Mike Smith State Farm. And the Sharks with it, and that is Garibay, and he's pulled down at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Sharks here. They're down by 14 here in the third quarter. Our score 21-7 here at Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep in downtown San Luis Obispo. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges and Thomas Bowden.
I tell you what, the Sharks got to feel a little bit better starting this drive. They're not backed up as far as they were before, and a lot of that halftime anxiety is gone. They should be free to just play. If they're able to do that, they'll move the ball like they did in the first half, where it's much more competitive.
JV call-up, Kyle Dyer working from the shotgun at quarterback. Looking for a quick pass, rolls out to his right. And this run goes nowhere.
Given out of bounds by Isaac
And the
Townsend.
clock continues to run.
Tell you what, Isaac Townsend coming up big once again. We talk about players on the offensive side of the ball. How about this defensive side of the ball? Getting after the quarterback, really capitalizing on some opportunities here. Townsend with another tackle for loss. I mean, this is huge. This is really backing them up. We talked about how much breathing room they had compared to the last drive. That just evaporated.
2nd and 15 now for the Sharks. Still working from the shotgun position. 2 receivers to Dyer's left, 1 to his right. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's out on to the races. She's trying to gain up some ground. He gains a few yards to make up for that last loss, but he doesn't get back between the sticks.
The question here for the Sharks is, are they going to be able to use their wide receivers to stretch to the field? The defensive backs are lined up right across from the wide receivers, really close to the line of scrimmage. When the quarterback breaks contain, it's the defensive backs coming in to help chip in and keep them from getting upfield. If they start stretching the field deep, that's going to force those DBs to line up further away, maybe open up those lanes for a later attempt.
7:04 on the clock. 3rd and 12 now for the Sharks here at Royal Stadium. Quick pass. That pass incomplete. Intended target Christian Magana off of his numbers and onto the ground.
Grant Callahan there on the coverage regardless, doing a good job reading the play, saw the screen coming and just dodged his blocker and got into the wide receiver that was trying to make the catch. That's what you want to see from a defensive back, reading the play perfectly and going to attack the screen. Screen plays are one of those things you can use to supplant the run game when the run game dries up. There, not a lot of room, not a lot of supplanting happening.
Punt unit out for the Sharks. And this punt is off. Howard looking to get his hands on it. He does in motion. And he gets across the 50. And he's taken down inside the 45-yard line. And that's a short field for the Royals here in the third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now the Royals looking to capitalize once again. This is such a short field that they're probably going to look to switch out some guys and maybe bring Jack Susank in to finish it off. Jack Susank getting a breather right now, so it should be maybe Drew Harrigan coming in to get some runs at a running back. It was one of the goals coming into the game. Spread out the ball, get some guys some reps, get some guys some rest, make sure that we're not burning through everyone early on. This is only the third game of the season, and here, in fact, it is Drew Harrigan at running back.
Drew Harrigan in at running back. He takes the ball, finding some open room. He's out to his left side, and he gets caught up at the 30-yard line. Just about the distance for the first down. We'll wait for the official spot. And they're going to say he got it. First down Royals. They're moving the sticks. And the chain crew not paying attention. And as they're moving the chains, I want to let you know that Old St. Louis Barbecue is a proud supporter of Mission Prep Royals. open 7 days a week. We encourage you to stop by after the next game or even this game because you know they're open late Friday and Saturday nights. Kobe White working from under center. Looking to pass this one down to J.J. Howard. He goes up for the grab, and in the tangle up, the pass is incomplete. And on that coverage for the defense is Wyatt Glaster.
And Glaster, a captain for the Sharks, is playing that ball perfectly. The fade route is something you use to kind of abuse that one-on-one coverage. You can just say, hey, take the one step to the outside and run vertically. You got the automatic outside leverage. You've got everything you need. Glaster says, nah, I'm going to stay right on the hip of Howard, follow him all the way to the end zone, and make the play on the ball. What a good job by the defensive back, Glaster, to get up and make that play. Howard's got quite a bit of height on him, quite a bit of speed, but Glaster has got all the heart right there.
2nd and 10 for the Royals. Ball spotted at their own 30, the Sharks' 30-yard line, that is. And pulled down hard to the turf
Over the right side.
is Drew Harrigan. And that's going to be a loss for Harrigan here, bringing up 3rd down for the Royals.
Well, you're winding down the number of yards you need. I'd want to get inside the 20 before I start looking at a field goal. So right now they're probably going to try and take 2 bites out of this distance. It's 3rd and 11. Trying to get that all at once. Very hard, going to leave you in a bad situation where you got to go for it again on maybe 4th and 11. So I'd say take 2 bites out of this rather than trying to get it all at once because you know you're going to go for it when you get to 4th down.
You know who's good at taking big bites? The Sharks. They have stopped the Royals on defense, forcing a turnover on downs. And Harrigan with this one, he's trying to gain some ground. He's pushing forward. He's looking for that 1st down marker, coming up just a little bit short.
And that's exactly what was ordered there. I mean, he follows the pulling guards out there to the left side on the pitch play. Really, if he had kept his motor going, probably could have gotten a few more yards and maybe even gotten the 1st down, but really just made this a 4th and manageable. That was the goal of that play call. It wasn't necessarily, hey, we need to get this. This is a critical situation. This was just a, hey, get it as far as you can. Don't turn the ball over. We're trying to get into the red zone here. We're just knocking outside of it.
Harrigan comes to the sideline. Jack Susank in. I'm predicting Susank takes this one. Susank with the ball. Up the middle. Working hard. 1st down, Royals.
Now you're starting to look at, well, we're in Jack Susank's range. The play calling could change up a little bit more. Something that's going to be a little bit more conservative. Just, hey, we know we can get the points here so long as we keep the ball and get just a little bit closer. Let's try and just expand our lead, get it to a 3-score lead. It doesn't need to be a touchdown, but it'd be really nice if it was.
Currently a 2-score lead for the Royals. 21-7 is our score. 14 points separate these two squads as they both fight for the Bishop's Trophy. Jack Susank rolling out to his left side, pushing his way closer to the goal line, taking down inside the numbers at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bishop Daniel Garcia is on premises today to see the, named Bishop Trophy. It's an unnamed Bishop Trophy, so we could cycle it out, I guess. But Daniel Garcia, of course, the Bishop of the Monterey Diocese.
The Bishop's Trophy coach, during the coach's show, said he had something special coming up. He didn't quite tell me what it was. And then he posted the picture, and I was like, that's perfect.
There you go.
It's not a tin can. It's not a little V. It's a big trophy. And pushing forward, this is the scrum I was wanting all night long. And we got a touchdown. Mission Prep Royals.
I tell you what is a little V. The referee putting his hands into the air there as Susank pushes the entire pile with the help of the offensive line. That was an O-line touchdown more than it was a Jack Susank alone touchdown. The interior of the line coming together, pushing that entire defensive front. We saw it happen on the defensive side. Now we see it on the offensive side.
3:11 on the clock, and Jack Susank comes in to do the dirty work and get that extra point. Top deck. He made it top deck. And nobody's going home with that souvenir. As a 10-yard run for Jack Susank gives him his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Royals a 21-point lead here, a 3-score lead. And I just want to say, I got to do this. I've been forgetting about this. Touchdown Royals. That touchdown, every Mission Prep touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage, located at 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles. Visit their website, KD Cap MTG, or give them a call at 805-266-5550. And that's kdcapmtg.com, by the way. Want to throw that out there. And here we go, back to the action. Jack Susink kicking off left to right. Back to receive this one for the Sharks is Garibay, going to be Garibay, Jordan Garibay, and Desmond Littell.
All right, now Jack Susink really going to be getting some calls here. He's had a few of those dribblers off to the side going out of bounds. Honestly, he could take a little bit of juice off of that, and it would almost act like an onside kick where you're going to be having a chance to recover it if you're the kicking team. There's a lot of space out there between the up backs that Susink could drop the ball if he's not looking to just hammer this one as hard as he can.
And here's the kick presented by Mike Smith State Farm. That kick is off, and Garibay takes it. He's moving across field, and he's taken down in the middle at the 21-yard line.
Well, things getting a little bit more dire for the Sharks, but still plenty of time to operate. We've seen the ability of this team to really rely on the run. We haven't seen the pass open up quite as much. It's been a lot of shorter passing routes, things off to the side, screen passes, that sort of ilk. I'd like to see him stretch the ball out a little bit further down the field and really blow the cap off the defense. The defense for the Royals has been able to line up very close to the line of scrimmage and play their wide receivers one-on-one. As a result, there hasn't been a lot of room for those screen passes and shorter passes, which really has been slowing down this offense for the Sharks.
And here comes the shotgun snap for Dyer. Steps back, deep pass, fires it. He let that cannon go and just could not catch up to it was Garrett Lee as he was off to the races. That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Sharks here in the third quarter, 2:59 on the clock.
Well, I tell you what, that might not have the effect of, hey, that was a 80-yard touchdown, whatever, which really could have happened there. They had a chance to really blow the top off the defense, but that does put the fear of it into the Royals, right? They're starting to think they could go over the top of me. That was a very good chance right there. If I back up a little bit, I might be better off to play that ball. That's what those types of plays can do, even if they don't connect.
Dyer under center.
Dyer from the shotgun position. Trips to his left, single receiver to his right. That single receiver is Lee. And that pass to Lee just over his head as Garrett Lee could not get it on target.
Yeah, quick slant to the right side with a tunnel screen set up on the left. The screen was completely just mobbed with royal blue jerseys covering the right side of the offense there. So goes back to the quick slant, gets the ball out of his hands before he's sacked. It is a bad play as far as dialed up. The Royals saw it coming, but well executed by the quarterback to not take a sack there and not turn the ball over.
And Dyer working from the shotgun position continually. Connor Lopez showing blitz. Quick pass over the middle. And that pass on target, but Seth Vasquez just could not pull it together to pull it in and continue the run up the middle.
Yeah, just a little skinny post. We saw it happen well for the Mission Prep early in the game. Here we see it just come up short off the hands of the wide receiver there, and that's not what you want to see. I mean, that's really a situation where execution let them down despite good play calling. The Sharks have the capability to come back in this game. Question is, do they have the execution level needed?
And here comes the punt. The punt is off. Moving right to left, and Howard brings it in. He's going to run with it as he gets past the block from Callahan, and he's shaking off the defenders before he's finally taken down. And that's a 6 or 7 yard gain for Howard. He does move him back into Sharks territory. So I think it's the Royals now that smell blood in the water, and they want to put this one away. They got a 3-point lead they have a chance to put a score up before going into the fourth quarter, making it a four-score game. What do you think, Steven?
Well, they certainly seem capable of doing so. They marched down pretty well, but they had a couple moments where it started to stall out. It looked like it was going to be a resting drive for Jack Susank the last time they had the ball. They ended up having to utilize his talents towards the end of the drive. Here we'll see if they need him again.
And Jack Susank takes the handoff, and he's tripped up at the 35-yard line. And tripping him up is Nathaniel Madrigal Hernandez.
Madrigal Hernandez has been in on a lot of tackles here today. He's really doing a good job while he's being engaged, also getting off and getting the tackle. He's not a guy that you can just kind of block and say, hey, this is good enough. He's going to quit on the play. Madrigal Hernandez getting involved as he's being blocked, as he's doing other tasks. He's multitasking fantastically and getting tackles as a result. He's been invaluable to his team as a defender, slowing down these plays that really have a good chance to get going well. And then, boom, Madrigal Hernandez there to shut it down at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 8 for the Royals. And White throws down the line of scrimmage. Howard goes and climbs up for it, and he gets across the 40 before he's stopped. And that's going to be a 3rd and a short distance for the Royals here with 1:32 on the clock.
You know, you start to get that cushion built against a wide receiver. You say, this guy's very fast. I want to make sure we're backed up real far, make sure that that speed is nullified by having a guy already in the position he's trying to run to. Well, this is what you do in response. Naked screen. Need no blockers. Just give him the ball. Let your wide receiver do what he needs to do in space. And there, Howard gets a huge chunk of yards just getting the ball in his hands.
Taking the snap from under center is White. Hands it off to Susank, who rolls out to the numbers, taken down at the 36-yard line.
Susank stretched out. I think this is going to be pretty close to first down. They're going to signal for it at long last. That was a good job by Susank, having the awareness of where the chains were. I think he looked at that 35-yard line and said, that's where I really need to get. Ends up coming just a little bit short, but that's where the post was. So they give him the first down, keep the drive alive, keep things moving.
First and 10 for the Royals, 36-yard line of the Sharks. Hands off to Jack Susank, and he hits a big pile of bodies. And I think Jack Susank took that pile of bodies down just by his own momentum as he runs into R.J. Esmond of his offensive line and a couple of defenders.
Well, give Adam Martinez of the Sharks a little bit of credit there. He was the one that really caused the chaos, sliding off one block, having to be picked up by another Royal, and then ultimately running that Royal into Jack Susank to make the tackle. And that's what brings up this second and medium.
And as time expires here in the third quarter, California Fresh Market presents Mission Prep Football, driven by Hyundai of San Luis Obispo. Our score after 3 quarters, your Mission Prep Royals 28, the St. Francis Sharks 7.
Hey, Zach, I'm having a get-together this weekend. Do you know where I might be able to find some of the best USDA choice and prime meats on the Central Coast?
Have you tried California Fresh Market?
Yeah, but I also need to go somewhere with organic produce.
California Fresh Market has that too.
Okay. What are you going to tell me next? That they have a sushi bar, fresh salad bar, and full-service bakery?
Look, I have a feeling we're going to be here for a while. Check out California Fresh Market in Pismo Beach and San Luis Obispo. They have you covered. A proud partner of Mission Prep Football.
Hyundai San Luis Obispo is proud to support Mission Prep Football this fall at 1407 Auto Park Way in San Luis Obispo. Come check out our Hyundai Getaway Sales event. With new inventory arriving daily, you won't want to miss out on what's going on at Hyundai San Luis Obispo. And if you don't feel like coming in, we make it easy with the option to shop from home. For more information, visit HyundaiSlow.com. Mission Prep Football is driven by Hyundai San Luis Obispo.
Welcome back inside Royal Stadium on the campus of Mission College Prep in downtown San Luis Obispo. I'm Brian Stanley. Joining me is Stephen Hodges We got 12 minutes to decide who takes home the Bishop's Trophy.
Right under center.
Royals lead the Sharks 28-7. Quick pass from White down the line of scrimmage to Tyler Garrett, and Garrett gets taken down at the 20-yard line on the numbers near sideline.
First down.
Let's turn the volume up just a little bit more. There we go.
That's what speed gets you as far as a wide receiver goes. That fear that's going to push back the St. Francis Sharks off of the as there's a ball in the end zone, off the line of scrimmage. That privilege is, hey, now I get to get these free yards right by the line of scrimmage on naked screen.
White steps back, avoids the pressure from the defense. He's under pressure, continues to scramble, and he is taken down back at the line of scrimmage near the numbers. As people are yelling at him, he should have thrown that ball.
As a coverage stack, I saw the read that he was looking at, looked like the fullback just kind of leaking out to the flat, then moving up the line, moving up the field, trying to find a seam, but there's no seam to be found. Both wide receivers engaged on the perimeter. There's nowhere to throw it without either risking an interception or getting an intentional grounding. I agree with the decision that you probably look to just throw it high and away out of bounds, as that's not intentional grounding, but looked like Colby White trying to make a play with his legs there.
2nd and 11 for the Royals. Hands off to Drew Harrigan. Drew Harrigan has some room as he breaks one tackle. Unable to gain much yardage after first contact. And he's taken down at the 15-yard line. So he does actually gain some decent yardage.
He's brought down by Romero.
And that's a big 6-yard gain for Drew Harrigan.
That sets up a third.
And right now, Harrigan's doing a great job getting to the outside, just kind of finding those pitch routes, the routes that a couple years ago were really the Dalton Strauss kind of situations where it's, hey, we're not going to go between the tackles, give it to Dalton Strauss, and he'd take off for, 30 yards, something like that. We're seeing a similar prototype here with Drew Harrigan.
White hands it off to Harrigan. Harrigan gets past the first contact, pushes forward, and he's down near the 10-yard line, and they're moving the sticks. So that's going to be a first down Royals, 1st and goal.
And right now, the Royals just keeping an eye on that clock as well as we are here. It's just ticking under 9:45. They want to milk probably another minute off this if they can, maybe 2 if you really get a long drive here pushing towards the goal line. But really just keep the ball on the ground and run that clock as much as possible. That's going to give them the best chance of success here.
Pass into the corner, J.J. Howard. Tyler Garrett pulls this one in. Touchdown, Royals.
Yeah, into that twilight zone where there's just a little bit of stadium light. And I think the defensive back lost track of the dark jersey in a dark area of the stadium. There's Tyler Garrett catching the ball. Big touchdown pass here for the tall wide receiver that loves those high point balls. He's going to add another touchdown to that resume here tonight.
9:27, Tyler Garrett with a 9-yard reception from Colby White. That touchdown and every touchdown brought to you by KD Capital Mortgage. Visit them at kdcapmtg.com or 1305 Vine Street in Paso Robles for all your mortgage needs. And I want to remind you, Grocery Outlet San Luis Obispo is a proud sponsor of Mission Prep Football this fall. You'll find name brand groceries and fresh, farm fresh organic produce for 40 to 70% off your regular prices. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Grocery Outlet Bargain Market located in the Laguna Village Shopping Center.
Yeah, right now we're going to see what the Sharks can do. We saw them try and push the boundaries of what the Royals were defending there on the last drive. Really stretch that field vertically. A couple passes that had hope, had a chance, and just fell short. And that's going to be part of what we're going to see with Dyer. I mean, he just came up from the JV this week, but he's making some great chances happen. Question is, can he get that chemistry in fast enough order to climb back into this game? It's a tall order for the JV player coming up to varsity just this week, but we'll see if he's capable of it. He's shown some flashes of promise here early.
Fourth quarter, 4-score lead now for the Royals, 35-7. They have not trailed in this game from the opening whistle so far, and I doubt they will for the remainder of the game. 9:27 left in this ball game. As Jack Susank kicks off this Mike Smith State Farm kickoff. And that's a touchback for Jack Susank. And that's going to bring the Sharks out to the 20-yard line to begin their next drive.
Yeah, some shrugs happening there as to why he couldn't bring that out of the end zone. Once the ball crosses the plane of the goal line in high school football, it's an automatic touchback, no chance for a return. It really incentivizes the kickers to kick that ball as far as you can. Don't worry about the kicker, the kick coverage, anything like that. If you can get it into the end zone, it's good enough. There, Jack Susank knows the ball just crossed the goal line, and that's good enough to get him started at the 20.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Sharks. Under center now is Dyer. Working for the shotgun is Dyer. And Dyer hands off to Garibay. And Garibay goes out to the friendly sidelines of the Sharks and gains about 5 yards before he's taken down.
Garabay's been tough as nails this game, doing everything that's been asked of him, running between the tackles, getting outside. Here's going to get a quick breather, but I absolutely have just the greatest admiration for what I've seen out of that player tonight. Doing a great job at that running back position for the Sharks.
Hand off again to Garibay. This time he goes to his right, up the gap. Oh, that was Hernandez, Madrigal Hernandez in the backfield that time. So used to the familiar face of Garibay being back there.
And Madrigal Hernandez has been doing great work on the defensive side of the ball. Let's see what he can do on the offensive side of the ball tonight.
As that snap is fumbled by Dyer. And Madrigal Hernandez quickly saw that and tried to get in there and scoop that ball up. Great awareness by him as we wait to see who comes up with it.
I think that's just a lapse of concentration. The snap was pretty good. It went off the fingertips, though, which will happen if you're looking somewhere else and not really paying attention to the snap. It'll bounce into your hands and bounce off the fingertips. You won't really have a great chance to make a play on the ball. And that's one of those things that just coming up from JV will happen.
They stay on the field with a 4th and short, maintaining possession. As Dyer's working from the shotgun, 2 receivers stacked to his right, 1 to his left. He hands it off with a hurdle and pushed out of bounds is Garibay, and he comes up short. That's going to be a turnover on downs going to the Royals, and this field position's got to favor the Royals heavily.
Well, and we've seen what they want to do. They want to get Howard and all their wide receiver core used to these situations. They're all really designed to go to the post routes, go to those corners, really making those goal line routes happen. Getting this game time experience is invaluable for the Royals. This has been a great executed game by them so far. Let's see if they can finish this out.
And Stephen, you mentioned earlier about sports. I got a great place coming up I want to tell you about where you can watch football this weekend. But White under center. Susank takes it. He's got a hole up the middle. He's running up the hash mark on the right side. And that pile pushes him down to the 10-yard line. 1st down Royals. So Laguna Grill is also a proud sponsor of Mission Prep football. And I want you to know they got great burgers over at Laguna Grill, and that's just down the street from this place. Not really just down the street, but for somebody not from
if you're not from
Slow, it's just down the street. But they all got some great appetizers, and you can watch all your favorite sporting events on their wall-to-wall TV screens.
Yeah, NFL season's here. They've got all the different screens. They like to show all the different games they can at once. A great local sports bar, Laguna Grill.
And that's in the Laguna Village as that pass into the corner is to Tyler Garrett from Colby White. And that is a Mission Prep touchdown. Still working on that touchdown goal. Let's get the graphic up. KD Capital Mortgage presents that touchdown for the Royals.
Yeah, Tyler Garrett, very similar play to the last time he caught that. Just doing a little corner route coming from the inside, working to the outside, turns and finds his spot, loses the defensive back, puts his hands up, and the ball is just right there, perfectly placed by Colby White. What more do you want out of a touchdown? Fantastic job by the Royals executing on a short field.
And the overtime work by Jack Susank is done, making it a 40.
Sharks 7.
Oh, screw. Yeah. Don't listen to the PA announcer. He'll screw you.
Yeah.
42-7 is our score. Royals taking a big lead. I think at this point it's safe to say they've secured something.
I mean,
they've secured something here.
No victory is too sure yet. I wouldn't say warm up the bus, anything like that quite yet. The Sharks are getting the ball back
because it's a cold night here in downtown.
It's just, you want to be comfortable on a ride, especially going up to Watsonville. I wouldn't say anything like that. We've seen the capability of this St. Francis offense when it operates at a high level. We just need to see a little bit more execution. Catch the balls that are hitting the hands, run the routes a little bit crisper. This is a fantastic team. I have nothing but respect for the Sharks. I really think that they've got a chance as far as the rest of their schedule, but it's a tall order tonight. Nothing's out of the realm of
Will you quit
possibility.
using cold words, crisper, warming up? It's making me cold.
I don't mean to be frosty to you, Brian, but I use the words I like to use.
I'm going to give you the cold shoulder.
Okay.
Jack Susan kicking off right to left here. And this Mike Smith State Farm kickoff is underway. And Garibay just like standing on third base out there going, that one's into the dugout.
Yeah, he saw what happened on the last one. Why even bother catching it if you're not going to be able to return it? Saw the ball was going well into the end zone. Let it go into the end zone. Here it's going to be another 80-yard field for the Sharks. We'll see what they do. We saw them run the ball a lot in the last one. We're going to see if they go back to that off-tackle kind of attack that was working in the first half. Maybe go back to stretching the field. The opportunities were there. The execution was not. This team has got a lot of weapons still to use.
Kyle Dyer, the JV call-up, still working the quarterback position.
Dyer in the shotgun, Garibay in the backfield.
Garibay, his running back. And the run play from Garibay is a short gain. Clock continues to run for the Sharks here.
Loving the spirit I'm seeing out of Garibay. The spirit of competition very live with this running back. Just getting off to the edge and keeping running. He easily could have just gone down to the first contact, but decides to carry him, a handful more yards and really make it a good second down for the Sharks.
2nd and 6 for the Sharks here in the final frame of the battle for the bell. That snaps over the head of the quarterback, and the awareness of Dyer's head, the awareness of Dyer there, able to get back on the ball, preventing a turnover to the Royals.
Well, we're seeing why they used to only go under center. I mean, those high snaps, you lose so much more when the snap is bad versus a snap under center. There, snap goes by. Luckily, the quarterback has the presence of mind. Dyer grabs it, tries to make something out of it, but really, once that snap was bad, there's nothing much you can do.
This is second and a trip to the train station. As Dyer tries to do it himself, and he's not able to go anywhere.
Well, another kind of a shaky snap, and this is one of those things, it's tough when the snap's not there. Everything else relies on it. It needs to be fast. It's something that's drilled into centers over and over. I was a center when I played, and I hated it. You have to focus so much on the snap that it's hard to think about anything else, and then if the snap's bad, everything else is ruined for everyone else. It's a whole cycle of events, and here it's just not going well, and that's really causing a cavalcade of other issues.
Well, we were off on our count, and this is now 4th down, so it's 4th and a trip to Edna Valley here in downtown San Luis Obispo. And Garibay kicks that one away And Howard's calling grenade, telling everybody, get away, get away, get away. We don't want to touch this one. We're going to go ahead and let the Sharks pick it up. And we'll start the play at the 44-yard line with 46 yards to go for another strike at the scoreboard.
Well, with how well the Royals have been running the ball, 4 minutes left and a long field, they got it 56 yards to work with. You know, there's not a lot of hope left for the Sharks. I see the Royals just kind of running this one down, but nothing but respect for the Sharks. They've been playing post to post. Just the spirit of competition is live with this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next.
You know where I like to shop, Steven?
Where do you like to shop, Brian?
California Fresh Market. They got all the freshest food on the Central Coast. They got a great selection. They're independent, they're local, and they're fresh. They got stores in San Luis Obispo. They got stores in Pismo. And they're open early at 6 a.m. and they're open late till 10 p.m. Great place to go. California Fresh Market, a proud presenter of Mission Prep Football.
He hands off to Abate.
Abate carrying this one, trying to get it out to the 50. And that's a 5-yard gain as we had a quarterback change there as Aiden Dolan comes in to get some reps at quarterback.
Michael Hanshit, the junior, coming in here at wide receiver, playing on the boundary right now, getting some extra playing time, doing a strong job, blocking a guy up there for Abate. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of the kind of a second line getting in some work here.
Dolan's second game this season. He played in the opener against Brentwood School, and now he's playing here with 2:37 on the clock. Hands off to Abate. Abate pushes up the middle, and that's enough for a first down across the 50-yard line. Abate moves the chains.
You know, these yards may not be the most crucial ones that they're ever going to pick up, but it's doing something great for Abate. A lot of running the ball is just getting that confidence, getting that feeling back. These are the types of runs I remember Abate having in his sophomore season. I'd love to see him get some more before the year's over. Will you do that? You get them in this time here. I always hate the term garbage time because it's not garbage to the players in the system right now. The ones getting these playing time, this is treasure time, if anything.
And as the coaches leave the press box, the cameras shake. The field is still rolling as Abate takes the handoff from Dolan. And that's a big 6-yard gain for Abate.
Yeah, Abate just finding that cut, getting his feet in the ground, going upfield, getting a big gain. That's what you want out of Abate. He really has a great sense of agility, great sense of moving around, doing a great, just all-around great job here in time that he doesn't typically get as the lead back. You know, he's normally playing fullback out there, doing his job blocking. Set up a lot of touchdowns tonight and really got it done.
Abate coming into this game with 10 yards on the year. Definitely has doubled that number.
Yes, he beat that on one carry earlier in this drive.
So Abate putting in some work. Dolan hands it off to Abate again, and he's working out to his right. He's got some room. He's out to the 20, outside the numbers, and he's got to slide into first base.
Yeah, this is what I expect out of Andrew Abate. You know, he's getting out around these guys, and it's easy to say, hey, the other team's tired. Abate's been in this entire game. He's just as tired as everyone around him, and he's making these big plays happen. I'm a big Andrew Abate fan, and he's making it happen here. Just following those blocks up front and getting to the open yards, just finishing strong.
And Taco was there, and Taco being Caleb Alalem, congratulating him on those runs.
Yeah,
especially the last one right now. And they're waiting. Coach Schuster's on the field. They got to play one more down here.
I think Schuster's out there to find out if they have to play the one more snap. Sometimes they just let the clock run out. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to go to the 50-yard line and call it there.
And we're going to stick with it here. We're going to have a quick celebration here up in the booth to celebrate the winning of the Bishop's Trophy. We're going to stick with it, though. And we got a special one here for you as the players meet at center field. Royals win. Royals win. Your final score, 42-7. Our score, 42-7.
St. Francis will be at home next Saturday versus Rancho San Juan. We hope to see you there. We appreciate you being here.
Royals win. So we're going to go ahead and go to our post game. Let's see if I get the right code. Victory. There we go.
Why don't we take a quick break and be right back?
We'll be right back.
Friday Night Lights and Mission
That's the
Prep
wrong
Royals
one.
football back
Wrong
on the
commercial
Prep
again.
Sports Network. Proudly serving the Central Coast since 1966, California Fresh Market is pleased to be the presenting partner of Mission Prep football. With locations in Pismo Beach and SLO, we're open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. California Fresh Market has it all, from a full-service coffee bar to an organic juice bar, sushi bar, full-service deli and catering. They fit all your needs at California Fresh Market. Local, independent, and fresh. We hope to see you soon. Go Royals!